I know what they up here cursing me out, honey. They are up here cursing me out. What's up, squad? Ain't no music. Everything's silent. Hey, y'all, come on in. Come on in. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to get in here as I play this very, very brief introduction.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien.
That's her being a blogger.
More than a blogger.
That's her being a blogger. You are more than a blogger.
I am more than
That's her being a blogger.
all that is my son.
Okay, that shit is
I am more than a blogger.
The blog goddess, the blog goddess, the blog goddess, Michelle is here.
Yeah.
The blog goddess, the blog goddess, the blog goddess, Michelle is here.
Yeah.
Say Autumn is her son.
Yes.
Autumn
It's her son. Yes.
Say Autumn
It's her son. Yes.
Say Autumn is her son.
Like, for real.
The blog goddess, 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 Michelle is here.
Yeah.
Autumn is her son.
Like, for real.
What's up? What's up? What's up, squad? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Oh, I'm halfway off the screen over there. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. What is up? What is up? What is up? Happy Wednesday. I could have swore that today was Thursday, child. I'm up here losing days, losing sleep, losing count, honey. It is a lot going on these internet streets. Shout out to all my TikTok people. Okay, shout out to all my TikTok people. They be like, "Where you been?" I'm like, "Shoot, I've been on TikTok for 6 years. Where y'all been?" Where y'all been? Okay. So shout out to everybody on my TikTok. Follow me on TikTok if you are not already following me over there. It's I am ATLien on TikTok. Also on Instagram. I am ATLien on Instagram. ATLien on Twitter. Okay, straight from the A on the Facebook. Okay. Shout out to the squad. I see y'all in here. Yes, pink hearts in the chat for Mama Brown. Okay, Mama Brown had her treatment today, honey. She had her treatment today. I hope she over there feeling good, feeling great. Okay. Hey, what's up? And y'all see these people in the green? These are our channel sponsors. You could be a channel sponsor too. Just click that join button. In fact, we had somebody already join before I even came in here. Now I can't see them. They was joining. I said, look at this. Somebody joined. Shout out to who was it? Oh, there they go right there. Baby Howard. Shout out to Baby Howard. Shout out to Swag 99. Okay. So we got some new members in here. Okay. Who else is some new members? Hold on. Oh, Rochelle been a member for 64 months. Shout out to Rochelle, honey. So yes, we got new members, old members, all the members. I would be remiss if I didn't mention my Patreon. Okay, Patreon is the only reason why y'all got a clip of a video yesterday because I actually went live on Patreon and we was talking about the Fantasia situation. And I clipped it and put it up and got a little lazy and decided not to go live to talk about the same thing. But I'm actually glad I didn't go live because now a whole bunch of other stuff that came out and we can like add to the Fantasia stuff. So we got a whole lot to talk about today. We're gonna talk about the Fantasia stuff. We're gonna talk about Kandi and her press tour. Who else we got in here? Oh, we got the T.S. Madison Starter House child, the drama that won't go away. See, y'all think it's me. Y'all think it's me. I'm gonna show y'all receipts about how I was talking about this a year ago, me and Josh, honey, and how karma is a bitch because all this stuff is coming out and how the AJC might have to reopen an investigation into TS Madison because they like, we are the media. We not gonna put this on our big platforms if you're not doing right with the money, child. So we're gonna talk about that. And I would be remiss if I did not also mention Jesse Jackson passing away. He said Adidas need to sponsor me. They sure do. Somebody get Adidas a ring. Say ring, 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 ring. Um. Oh yes, shout out to the house to Daily Housewives. Shout out to Squad is in here heavy. My Patreon members are in here. Shout out to everyone who is showing love for Mama Brown. I see y'all. I see y'all. I'm trying to see if I missed any comments that I need to answer. You said Fantasia's husband looked like Suge Knight. He didn't look like that at first though, but he got a little background. We're gonna talk about the background too. But anyway, moving on. Listen, listen, listen. Oh Lord, I had to I had to write it down because I knew I wasn't gonna remember. I knew I was not gonna remember. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, okay, okay. Now, before we get started with the Fantasias and the clapbacks and everything, look, 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 we got to take a moment to honor a pioneer in the civil rights space. We got to honor Jesse Jackson. I know a lot of people are like, just shrugging it off, acting like he was just a drama filled person. But at the end of the day, there was a lot of drama people at that time, and we needed those people because before social media, okay, before social media, we had the Jesse Jacksons. Before social media, we had the Martin Luther Kings. Before social media, we had the Hosea Williams. All of these people, before there was a hashtag, okay, before it was like hashtag free this person or hashtag Karen or hashtag this, there was Jesse Jackson, Jose Williams, and all of those pioneers, the Malcolm X's who was on the front lines for our civil rights. And so we cannot sit here and ignore that, we have lost an icon. And a lot of people, I don't know. I see like the clips and stuff online, and I see people talking about him, and I see people talking about his drama and how he cheated on his wife and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, like it's a whole bunch of people cheating on their wives, but still did good in history. Okay. Look, what about the Caucasians who was cheating on their wives and still doing things for their culture? And so we cannot, ignore those things and like just dismiss our, black icons as if they are nothing because they are important. And I know somebody said in the chat, everybody got to die. Everybody do got to die, but when they do, we should honor them. Okay. We should not just let that day pass and act like it's just another day because, they did make a mark. And if they weren't here, there are a lot of things that, we wouldn't benefit from today. Somebody said, you're right, Michelle. Jesse was the man back in the day, honey. The man. Now, child, and I, I have to say this because people like, well, he was a Trump supporter, or he was a this, or he was that. But regardless of where you land politically, okay, regardless of how you feel, he shaped history. He wasn't just a civil rights figure from the past. He was a part of the infrastructure, the marches, the media pressures, the conversations that forced everybody to look at themselves. And here is why his name still matters. It's because of the activism and all of the activists today. We ain't got nobody like that. Who we got like that now that we can say we can go to, as a people, as black people, one person that we can say, oh, okay, we can look to, Jesse Jackson, or we can look to Reverend Al Sharpton, or we can look to this. Who in our time today do we have that could lead us? I don't think we had nobody. I don't know that we had nobody. He was the first person, the first black man that had ran for president, all of that, and had everybody saying, I am somebody. Okay. I am somebody. He had all of these things. He had us being feeling proud to be black back then. And again, despite you said President Obama, yeah, we got President Obama. President Obama ain't saying much right now. I'm just saying, not to say that he got to, but I mean, we still are proud of our forever president and Mrs. President, Mrs. our first lady. But at the end of the day, you said Ben Crump, Tariq Nasheed. Y'all put names in the chat. Okay, shout out to Tariq. I love me some Tariq. Claude Anderson. Okay, y'all got some people, but they all spread out. Jasmine Crockett, they all spread out. My thing is, we have all of these people, but it's like nobody, there is not a consensus that says, this is who we gonna go to get to get what we need. This is who we gonna follow to the promised land. This is who is gonna lead us and get us the rights that we demand. Where are they? Where are they? You saying the Jasmine Crumps? Not the Mr. Man hands. You was joking. Okay, no, it's all good. I'm just, just talking, just creating conversations because that's what we do over here. But when I think about, the times now, we got the social media, we got the social media activists. Remember, we had all the, and a lot of people gonna, shit on the Black Lives Matter people, but the Black Lives Matter as a movement did work somewhat. It did kind of help people come together as a collective. I can't help that the people were stealing the money, but that's a whole nother thing. And we're gonna talk about some other activists, trans activists that were stealing money today. But at the end of the day, a lot of the activism today, like I was saying earlier, the hashtags, the viral moments, the online outrage, all of that exists because of people like Jesse Jackson. They did the work first before the camera. Okay, before the social medias, before there were all of us that could gather in one place on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, and be outraged. He understood, you know, that he needed the media, and that's what he did. He was good in front of the camera. He was charismatic. He got the people, riled up and ready to march together. So you said not Portia Luther King, child. No, 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 no. But I say that to say the narratives matter. Okay, the narratives matter. We got a lot of, we got a lot of the bloggers too who can get the people riled up now. We got the bloggers who can get the people riled up and who control the stories matter. Okay. And remember, Jesse was controlling the stories. He was the one who went to the media to say this happened, that happened, and how silence is never neutral. Okay. You can't just sit by and not say nothing. If you outraged, say something. Okay. Call them out. Call them out. Just like we've been calling out the TS Manhands, just like we've been calling out the people who say derogatory things to women, to black women today. Just like we call them out. And you know how I always say, pro me is not anti you. It was the same thing back then during the civil rights era. Pro us. Pro black people does not mean anti-white. We just want to be treated fairly. We just want to be treated equally. We don't want to be treated like second class citizens. You say Al Sharpton is still with us. Yes, Al, there's a lot of icons still with us, but I'm just saying, as a collective, there's nobody we could go to today that can still go in front of a crowd, still rile us up, still gather us, still make us march, still make us protest, still help us with the activism. And shout out to Al Sharpton. But yeah, the younger people today aren't looking to Al Sharpton for answers. I'm just asking the question. I don't have the answers. I'm just asking, just to see if y'all might can steer me in the right direction, because I don't know. Hold on, my things changed. Why they change like that? It's supposed to be like this. And then why the blue? Why is it blue and it's supposed to be burgundy? Not pink. Hold on. Y'all done got me all different colors. Who changed my thing? Okay. Anyway. Um, but yeah, you're saying Jamal Bryant. Yeah, I mean, Jamal counts, but there's a lot of people that look at Jamal as just a cheating pastor. They don't, and I get it. Don't shoot the messenger. And even though his messages may be well, there's not a lot of people that will follow him. And I don't know. Hell, could it be Ti? Could it be Killer Mike? Who could it be? I'm just asking questions. You saying the Obamas? Okay, Andrew Young. Andrew Young's older than Jesse Jackson. He's still here though. Um, you said they all cheat. They all cheated. Okay. I say I like to say, and I'm looking at my notes, child. Jesse Jackson, he knew how to use the media before social media. He knew when to speak, he knew when to push, he knew when to force uncomfortable conversations into living rooms across America just by a news coverage. Okay. And so I'm, just thinking about it, like, I don't know who else today. One person. I'm just saying, yeah, I know we got a collective, but I don't know a one person today that could do that. We had the Martin Luther Kings, we had the Jesse Jacksons, and now they are gone. You said good, bad, and ugly. We still have to represent their trying replacement theory against the culture. We got God. We got God. We do. We do. Not Judge Mathis. Okay. 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 Well, y'all need to tell these people that they need to step up. Y'all need to tell these people that they need to come forward and lead us to where we need to go. Because right now we all over the place. Some of them over here, some of them over there. Some of them, feel like they MAGA. Some of them over here feel like they liberal Democrats. And some of them want to fight in the middle. The men don't like the women don't like the men. The family structure is breaking down. Then we got the men in wigs fighting the black women. Where we at? Where we at? Did we have all this going on in the 60s? I don't know. But anyway, sometimes it is what it is. But legacies sometimes get flattened into headlines, and now Jesse Jackson is the latest headline. RIP Jesse Jackson. Prayers up to his family. I just know that he created a movement. I mean, he was a part of a movement. He may not have created it, but he was a part of a big movement, even though he was controversial at some points in time. But he made people uncomfortable. He made people shift. He made the culture shift, and he showed what it looked like. And this is my notes, honey. I wrote this. He showed what it looked like to demand a seat at the tables that were never built for us. Period. Period. He sat there. He sat there beside Trump back then, before Trump was crazy. He did those things. He sat there next to the Martin Luther Kings. He sat there next to the presidents. Okay, he sat there and he challenged them. He was advocating for civil rights. So despite everything that y'all may say about him, okay, he sat at those tables that were never built for us. So rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. So let's transition, because speaking about all of that, the narratives, the clapbacks, it all starts with Jesse. Okay, it all starts with Jesse. Me sitting here running my mouth with my opinions all start with Jesse Jackson. Okay, it all starts with him. So that's why I wanted to start with him today. Yes, keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. I am somebody. You said, what's in my red cup? Sweet tea. Sweet tea. I'm from Atlanta, child. Sweet tea with lemon. Okay, so I don't know where to go. I don't know if I want to start with Fantasia, if I want to start with the TS Manhattan Starter House. I don't know where I want to start. Now, I already did a whole video about Fantasia and the re-proposal that her husband Kendall did while she was on stage in Houston. And it went viral. It had us crying. And then not 24 hours later, Fantasia's daddy came to the internet. Shout out to the North Carolina Beat for getting Fantasia's daddy on the line. And Fantasia's daddy told all the business, said that it was a scheme set up by Kendall to come to us with the bullshit. He had us going back and looking at the ring. The dang ring was too big. Fantasia falling on the floor, and him getting off his knee and standing up. Like, it was like he had us dissecting it. Okay, he had us dissecting the damn footage. And before, when we looked at it first glance, it was, oh my heart. Oh my heart, it's so beautiful. But then after Fantasia's daddy put that bug in our ear, now we gotta be messy. You said the daddy a hater. Right. It had you shaking your head. All of it. It's like, oh my God. First of all, he a hater. I don't know if he a hater or if, I don't know. I kind of feel his passion. But at the same time, I want to believe in love. I said, y'all saw the video. I was like, get up, Fantasia. God dang it. Get up, child. Because at the end of the day, you got to be able to stand on your own 2 feet with these men now. I understand we love them and we want to cherish them and we want them to be our kings. But at the same time, we can't lay everything at their feet. And then when they ready to go, they take everything with them. So it's just, I don't know. Is he a caring father who sees himself in Fantasia's husband? Or is he mad and jealous that he not getting the benefits that Fantasia's husband is getting by managing all of her funds? I don't know. What y'all saying? You said, where did her dad come from? They said he always been there. They said he in North Carolina. He's supposed to be a pastor or something. You said you believe the dad. Okay, you believe the dad. Well, let's go down the rabbit hole, child. Let me go to the neighborhood talk. The neighborhood talk got the collection. They got the responses. They got the daddy's response. Everybody's, and then today the daddy then responded again. I can't keep up. I need to stay offline about 24 hours and let everybody say everything so we can have it all in one place. So to refresh your memory, Fantasia's husband re-proposed to her on Valentine's Day. And here is the re-proposal. And we just gonna watch this, because we ain't got nothing but time. We don't have nothing but time. Y'all know the drill, copyright disclaimer on section 107 of the Copyright Act. So here is Fantasia and Kendall on stage in Houston. Kendall with his white suit on and his high booty. Ain't nothing wrong with that. He probably do a lot of squats, okay? He came out on stage, said he had a message for his wife.
Make something right. Hey, Houston, if you just give me a moment, for 11 years, for many anniversaries, many birthdays, I gotta be quick. And many Valentines, I share my energy with you. So these are grace and share my life. It's for the fun. God has been so good in our lives. We fought through so much. We prayed through so much. We fasted through so much. Over the years, we got a blind spot. 2014, we sat and had a conversation after 3 weeks of knowing each other. And we said, what if we get married? And we did it. And we did it. It's true. The one thing that's innocent in our life is we spoke about it. We did it. But I didn't probably propose. Walking to a it's in a good room. The silence about the proposal. But a God deserves one. For 11 years, you woke up every morning and you chose me.
You chose me.
For 11 years, you've been the incredible mother to our children. For 11 years, you fasted and prayed. So I'm going to give you a period for every year.
You don't need that little thing no more. Give me here. Give me that ring right there. Give me that one. All right. I'll take that. Give me here. Give me here. Love you. All right. So, yeah, a lot of things have came out since this video. The father spoke his mind. The father basically said, look here. That was all a stunt in the show. There's money missing, yada, 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 yada. We talked about that yesterday, and I ain't gonna just, play the whole father thing because we talked about it. But then Fantasia came forward after the father and said something, child. The Fantasia came forward and said, look here, I was not gonna do this. This has gotten out of hand. Joseph Barrino, I can't even call you dad or father. You are a donor. We are covered for you. We have covered for you long enough. My mom and me have made you look like you were okay. Man, but now you have come for my king. Exclamation point, exclamation point. Tonight I will go live, and behind me will stand all who know you. How can someone steal if I, Fantasia Taylor, is the CEO and my king, Kendall Taylor, is the president of all our companies? Tonight I shall help you finish the war you started. Not the war you started. Now, I skipped over the fathers, but we did go over it. But the father basically said that, she married him fresh out of prison. They met 3 weeks and then they was married. He said that Kendall had been stealing money from Fantasia. Okay. And now this, I don't know. I feel like, she could have kept this, but she did delete it. But posting her father's mugshot is like a criminal, no, a criminal. A criminal, no, a criminal. I'm just saying he might have saw himself in that. Okay. And I took my glasses off because they fogging me now. Anyway, now I had to do some digging. I had to look around and I was like, well, what had happened with Fantasia? I had to go into the archives and find some stuff. And back then when Fantasia met him, everybody was looking sideways. And even the blogs was like, Fantasia is headed for another heartbreak. She has finally moved on from the married baby daddy. Y'all remember that? Because the married baby daddy's wife had sued Fantasia and said she moved on a little too quickly with a sexy convicted felon. Child, not the convicted felon. Not the convicted felon. And I mean, it's been 11 years. It's been 11 years. They've been together. He ain't been back to jail since. But some things have happened in them 11 years that had us looking crazy. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what was he locked up for? Like what was this? He looked like, he light bright, he light skinned, he cute. He don't look like he could have did too much. Okay. What did he do that got him locked up? But apparently, for those who don't know, okay, back when this started back, this is a career criminal. Now, back when he was 16 years old in 1996, he was convicted and placed on probation for possessing a weapon on school campus. That was in 1996 when he was 16. Okay, that's according to the North Carolina Department of Public Safety. Now, 4 years later, y'all know I love receipts. 4 years later, he was arrested for assaulting a female. Not once, but twice. Okay. And he was again convicted and sentenced to probation. So he was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So when he was 20, he was convicted of assaulting a female. Okay, twice. In 2003, I don't know how old he was then. How old was he in 2003? 98, 99, 2001, 2, 3. That's 5 years. Okay, that's 21. He was convicted of possession of a firearm by a felon because he was a felon, because I guess for all that other stuff he was doing. And then in 2007, he was convicted of a Schedule 4 drug possession. I don't know what a Schedule 4 drug possession is, but he was convicted, and that is why he spent time in prison. Now, Kendall had already said that he had a past. Okay, he's been mentoring young boys. He has a program in Charlotte. I guess he still has the program, but in his bio, he even says through his teen years, he began associating with what was considered as the wrong crowd. His bio on the organization's website states Kendall began experimenting with sex, drugs, and alcohol at the age of 15. And at the age of 15, he became a father. Lacking maturity and strong male guidance, Kendall began walking deeper into dark places that robbed him of his education, his childhood, and ultimately his freedom. He was arrested and incarcerated in a facility hundreds of miles away from home. In prison, he turned his life around with the help of religion. Okay. So there's that. I don't, everybody kept questioning his background, but that is his background. He's clearly, I guess he's changed. I don't know. The father said he hasn't, but then Fantasia posted the father's mugshot and got everybody questioning what is going on. Now, the father's mugshot, hold on. Like this video, please. Thank you. As you know, when Fantasia posted the father's mugshot, it was from something that happened last year, the year before last, 11/13/24. He was arrested. Let me see what he was arrested for, child. He was arrested for he's 62. He was arrested for domestic violence. Okay. So I don't know why she felt, or they felt the need to show this. And a lot of people are speculating that Fantasia didn't even write this. No shade to Fantasia, but can she write? Does she write like this? Have we seen Fantasia's writing? Because they said Fantasia was, couldn't read at some point. I know she learned to read. I know she went and did all these things, got, honorary degrees and stuff. But at the end of the day, they said that Fantasia didn't even write that. So people are speculating that the husband may have wrote that. I don't know. But Fantasia said she was going live. Has Fantasia went live, or did the husband go live? Because we saw the husband then went live. So was Fantasia telling us that the husband was gonna go live? Because then the husband has responded to the dad. And here go what the husband has said. Hold on. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. Now it says Fantasia's husband, Kendall Taylor, shuts down her dad's claim he was stealing and reveals he asked her for a prenuptial agreement. Said, I needed to make sure her family knew I had no intention of coming after what she had established before me. Hold on, listen.
My wife, I was running my own multi-million-dollar company, period. That means her success, her career didn't build me, didn't shape me. That's because I went to Sunoco Leadership Academy, BMW Black Belt Training, Tuck School of Business, Small Business Accelerator, CMEDI Business Initiative, and had a lot of success and a lot of recognition. I'm grateful for those things because I am a justice impacted individual, and I had to overcome tremendous adversity and circumstances in order to break a lot of criminogenic mindsets and trauma and behavior that was keeping me living at a lower level than what I was capable of. And I experienced incredible success. However, I wasn't giving them breadcrumbs so that they could navigate, okay? Then I met my wife. I hope she don't get upset with this, but I'm gonna speak the truth. I asked for the prenup. A prenup wasn't put on me. I asked for it because I had business partners that I needed to protect, and I needed to make sure her family knew that I had no intentions on coming after anything that she had established before she met me. I wanted to create a runway where we could just experience love with each other and figure out what this natural feeling was that we were exploring, that was just exploding in both of us, that provoked us to get married after 3 weeks. You dig? After that time, chaos broke out. The gentleman who was taking the initiative to use her and my platform, because he does not have one, to demonstrate things that are beyond false and fictitious, giving them breadcrumbs so that they could navigate, okay? Fictitious, it's beyond that. Didn't show up to the wedding, didn't want to speak with me, get to know me. Fictitious, it's beyond that.
Oh, what happened? Okay, so that's a clip of what Fantasia's husband had to say. I'm sure the full live is on his Instagram. Now, shout out to Gerald over there at North Carolina Beat, honey, because Gerald and got Fantasia's daddy on the line, honey. Gerald at the North Carolina Beat. Hold on, got Fantasia daddy on the line now. Fantasia daddy then responded again. So hold on. We're gonna find it. Hold on, I gotta find it. Like this video, please, and thank you. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to like this video. How many of y'all in here? Go ahead and click that like before we continue this tea, and then we're gonna dive into the other tea too about the starter house. Okay, y'all got a minute. Thank y'all for patiently waiting. We have the baddest blogger, aka Gerald from the North Carolina Beat. He posted today a lengthy interview with Fantasia's father. Now, copyright disclaimer on the section. I was still talking. Didn't even know I clicked it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for fair use. Okay, I'm going to share a little bit of it, but I want y'all to go over there to Gerald's page, and I will also link it in this video after this video. But hold on, we're going to share a little bit of it. That's his page right here. He is on YouTube, the baddest blogger. Okay, so Joseph over here, Fantasia Daddy, went and talked to the baddest blogger over there in North Carolina. And he had a lot to say. He talked about the relationship. He said that Fantasia blocked him for years. And even though he helped develop her career, he described a mysterious phone call. Oh, look, I'm reading the summary, honey. A mysterious phone call from Fantasia he received in California during American Idol, after which she became totally different and asked him to leave. He attributes this estrangement to spiritual wickedness. Okay. He also talked about, his lawsuit. I know y'all keep saying that, he sued Fantasia for writing about him in her book, and he said that she, said some inaccuracies. So Joseph, Fantasia's dad, clarified the lawsuit, explaining that he sued the publisher of Fantasia's book because it can contain false information about his parents, which he claims was written by Fantasia's grandmother without Fantasia proofreading. Now, he won the case, but dropped it when the publisher threatened to sue Fantasia. So he gave us a little tea about that. So all y'all who's saying that he was trying to get Fantasia's money, he sued the publisher. Okay. He was, just making sure. Okay. And now he also says that Fantasia's control and Kendall's influence. He said he believes that that Fantasia only surrounds herself with yes people, and that Kendall has manipulated her. He also claimed that Fantasia was the one who proposed to Kendall. Hold on, let me read that. Now, y'all said this too in the comments, because y'all was saying that that Fantasia had bought her own ring and had put like all of this stuff on a vision board, and that when she found Kendall, that was her ring. And so when he took the ring during the proposal, everybody was pinpointing, was like, is that the ring that Fantasia had bought herself? So I don't know, but let's listen to what he said.
He developed a lot of leeches in her camp to speak against me that don't even know me.
Yeah. Wow.
Because one thing about Fantasia, I do know this. As my daughter, I love her. I love you dearly, baby. If you see this, the only thing you want around your camp is yes people. Anybody that say no, gotta go.
I mean, y'all say he's a thoughtful father. Some of y'all saying he doing too much. I don't know, but since she blocked him and he ain't got no other way to get the message out, what y'all think?
Wow. Wow. Now let me ask you this before we go. Fantasia responded, and let me put this back up here. Well, let me put this back up here again. Where her caption, she responded publicly and she said, this has gotten out of hand. What is your response exactly to her statement?
My thing is, yes, it has gotten out of hand and guess what? I received the email from your attorney, cease and desist. I will not.
Oh, no, not Fantasia that sent a cease and desist, y'all.
I spoke with my attorney and he says, if you're speaking your truth, you are allowed to. And one thing I want to say to her is, whether you badger me or not, the world will see the proof in the pudding. If I fight this battle and don't win, I will in the end.
We don't know everything that
Well, he saying he gonna keep fighting. He said, "Bump that cease and desist." He don't care about that. And he said he telling the truth. Okay, hold on. Let me see what else we got in here. Okay, so he said that. He said that about the lawsuit. Okay, he said, he said, Joseph expressed concerns for Fantasia's finances, alluding to an incident where a financial person investigating Kendall was fired. He also mentioned Fantasia marrying Kendall just 3 weeks after meeting him, signing a prenup. She then divorced Kendall and then got back together with him and dropped the prenup, making him head of the business. So he is speculating that perhaps Kendall got control of the money. Hold on, we're gonna listen. Shout out to Gerald. Y'all go over there and follow the baddest blogger.
She said, "How can someone steal if I, Fantasia Taylor, is the CEO and my king Kendall Taylor is the president of all companies?" And the reason why I asked you that is because we do remember when in your video you talked about this financial person who had confronted Kendall about missing money and there was no paper trail about it and she was fired. So how do you respond to her saying, "How can someone steal if I'm the CEO and my husband is the president?"
Now, I don't know, y'all. This I don't, and I hate to say this because I feel like Fantasia deserves the world. We all deserve the world. Black women, we deserve the world. We deserve the man that loves us, that kisses our feet, all of the above. But putting a man in charge of your money and your business, that's the worst decision ever. It never ends up well. Black, white, Puerto Rican, putting a man over your money, ladies, it does not end up well.
Well, the thing is that when the lady was investigating him, he had no answer. And the next thing you know, she was fired. So what does that tell you? Then what the other thing, and like I said, I didn't really want to go there, but she's making me go there. When you, Fantasia herself, come to me, you married a man 3 weeks later that you just met.
Now, let me say there's a lot of people saying that's her husband. That's her husband. You're right. That's her husband. And I believe that married people should, bond and commit and all of that. But at the end of the day, if none of this was built while they were married, I don't think that he should be in control of her funds. I mean, I don't. That's just my personal opinion. Like, if they built it together, that is one thing. If they both came into the marriage on equal footing, okay, that's one thing. But if she had everything and he had nothing and he was just getting out of jail, no, I don't care if it's her husband or not. Like, no, I don't believe that he should have control over her funds.
You tell me you did a prenup and he divorced you.
Wow.
Grandparents died, grandmama died. Then you go back, you feel you need him. You drop the prenup and you make him over your business. Is that the only thing that made him stay? Come back.
Oh,
you got to ask yourself the question.
Oh,
ain't nobody dumb here.
Yeah. Wow. Mr. Joseph.
So y'all go watch the full video over on the baddest blogger. The video is titled Fantasia's Dad Responds. It's about 35 minutes long. I appreciate the baddest blogger, Gerald, over there at the NC Beat, honey, because he has been getting all of tea. He was the first person who broke that Fantasia's father had even said anything. So it is what it is. Yes, you're right. It's my opinion. This is all my opinion. This is my channel. Everything I say is my opinion. What is you talking about? You said according to Google, her net worth is only 500,000. Not only 500,000. Then Google said that his net worth is 3 million. So is his net worth her net worth? And now another thing, y'all know I'm a blogger. Y'all know I go into the archives and I just be looking up stuff. So I was trying to look up because I remember a lot of stuff that was going on with Fantasia back in the day. Oh gosh, and this. When the daddy had mentioned when we brought up Kendall's past and about him assaulting women. Like, it just rung a bell. And not to say that he's ever did anything to Fantasia, but there was some instances with Fantasia that we as Fantasia fans, even over here on Straight from the A, Fantasia back after she got married. Hold on, what was this? Hold on. She had suffered an accident, and she even put it on social media, and we all were looking at it. Hold on. Wait a minute. I need to find the first one. Where is the first one? Okay, here it is right here. Fantasia Barrino was hospitalized after suffering second-degree burns, and she had to cancel a bunch of her shows. And this was when she first got with him. And we was like, well, what happened? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna show you. Because we go through the archives and we go through history. Hold on, let me show you. Hold on. Share. This happened in 2017. Okay. Fantasia was injured and hospitalized after a bizarre accident. While specific details were unknown initially, the Grammy Award-winning singer suffered second-degree burns and was recovering from her injuries. Now, she actually posted on her page that she was counseling a concert back then. Okay, it was in Memphis, Tennessee. It said, due to unexpected health issues, Fantasia would not be able to perform in Memphis. Fantasia lives and breathes to sing and perform and hates disappointing her fans. And so they said, after receiving a bit of backlash for the vague notice, the 32-year-old singer her husband hit social media with an explanation. He said they got together in 2015. They did. They was together right here. Okay, they was together because the husband explained, okay, that she had second-degree burns. Okay, and Taylor posted the photo above of his wife's bandaged arm and asked for prayers, as he announced Fantasia's show in Memphis would have to be postponed due to her accident. Now, he also said, speaking on behalf of my wife, she walks as a powerful force in the earth impact. So it wasn't the first look, y'all said that Fantasia posted her daddy's mugshot might have been him. He clearly has control over Fantasia's account, because back then he posted, speaking on behalf of my wife, okay, and posted a whole thing saying no weapons formed against me shall prosper. And he was saying, I love her determination and sheer willpower to not accept defeat on any level. She complains little but sacrifices much. But there are times when our Father intentionally slows us down to reflect and hear from him. My wife experienced an accident today causing second-degree burns on her arm. She's steady asking the doc, can I perform tonight? But we must be wise and realize this isn't a race, but rather a marathon. So Memphis, our team is already working to create a means that she can redeem this time with you. She has something truly special planned. So there's that. And then they posted all these pictures, child, in the hospital. On a related note, just one day before Fantasia's injuries were announced, her husband, Kendall, was also in the hospital the day before for undisclosed ailment. Fantasia posted the photo below as she rushed to his side after her Atlanta concert. So how was he in the hospital one night and then she was in the hospital the next night? I'm just so confused. And so everybody was questioning, like, what's going on? Why? Okay. And so people was all in her chat asking, what's going on? Why? And so look, here he go on her Instagram. So you keep attacking her. We are both God's kids that stay prayed up. When we walk up out this hospital, we are ready to fight again, babe. Rest, believe it. King and Queen Taylor, straight off the stage into being a good wife. Weapons may form, but do not prosper. I speak life and healing. So all of this was happening. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't tell y'all that later it came out. Hold on. This is what she said actually happened. This is what she claimed. Now, y'all tell me. I don't know. I'm just a blogger. I just blog and I just tell y'all what I be reading. So this right here is what she claims happened. Okay. And this is on Straight from the A as well, child. More details about Fantasia's bizarre accident have been revealed. Now, you saw the initial accident where he was in the hospital the day before and then she was in the hospital the day after. And here is she also said that on TMZ she has sent to TMZ that she suffered second-degree burns, and here is why. She was dozing on the tour bus Sunday with an aromatherapy vaporizer nearby. She used it to soothe her vocal cords. We're told she thinks she rolled over onto the machine's cord, which caused hot water to spill out on her right forearm. Sources say Fantasia was alone on the bus when the accident occurred. Everyone else was inside the Memphis venue getting ready for the show. We're told the burns were bad, but docs removed the damaged skin and expect her to heal fully without surgery or scarring. Okay. I even wrote then, this story sounds way too bizarre, but I guess stranger things have happened. And they deleted the Instagram post that they had posted, but they had posted her in the hospital and stuff. So y'all saying check the insurance policy. I was just going back in time just to show y'all that he did have access to her Instagram. So Kendall may have actually posted the daddy's picture. Now, is the daddy wrong for speaking out? I don't know. I think so, maybe. But he claims that Fantasia blocked him a long time ago and he ain't got no way to get in contact with her. He claims that people have approached him that used to work for them who were actually investigating Kendall and they got fired after they called it out. He claimed a lot of things. And now you saying the father needs to stop embarrassing his daughter, but maybe the maybe he care for his daughter and he don't want to say everything that he know about. I'm just saying, maybe he's scared for his daughter's safety and feel like saying it in public might stop somebody from doing something crazy. I'm just saying, if something crazy happened, now we know where to look. I'm just listen. I'm just a blogger. I don't know nothing. I hope everything is well, but clearly everything is not well if all of this is coming out. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that two things can be true at the same time. That he's wrong for coming forward and he might be telling the truth. Okay, I believe that look, I'm just saying it's not like he lying. I don't know. Is he lying about the criminal past? Absolutely not. We didn't seen the criminal past. Is he lying about them getting married in 3 weeks and her having a prenup and then divorcing Kendall and getting back together and not having a prenup the second time? I mean, some of these things are questions that may need to be answered. And so if she has a team outside of Kendall, maybe they need to start paying a little bit more attention. What y'all saying in this chat? You said Mama Joyce never did Kandi like that. Mama Joyce did worse, child. Mama Joyce did it on a whole reality show. Called that man mama a prostitute and everything. You said, plus they wanted him to sign an NDA. He ain't lying. The father said, F that NDA. And the father said, cease and desist this. Okay. But there's that. Okay. What else y'all saying? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe Fantasia's daddy. Put a 6 in the chat if you feel like he should just shut up. And put a 8 in the chat if you feel like Fantasia needs to watch her back. Let me know. 1, 6, or 8. Let me see. They say they believe him. Okay. They say they believe him. Allegedly. They say they believe him. Oh, they saying Fantasia need to watch her back, child. Somebody said he need to shut up. He said bump that cease and desist. Okay. Well, we gonna send positive energy to Fantasia. Fantasia is a very sweet woman. Okay, I like Fantasia. She is very, very sweet, and I'm wishing her nothing but the best. Okay, so moving on. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. We're gonna move on to Kandi Big Dog Burruss. Okay, Kandi Burruss is making the rounds, child. Kandi is making the rounds. Just the other day, we read Kandi's legal documents. My dog over there coughing up a lung. What you doing, Biggie? We read Kandi's legal documents, okay? And in Kandi's legal documents, Todd was basically saying that Kandi is manipulating the media, okay? Kandi is the celebrity. And even Kandi said, I am the celebrity. He is nothing. He is a peon. He is not paying me no rent. He can't have my children. I'm going to hire me a caregiver. That's what she said. That's what Kandi said. Kandi said the caregiver lives there, okay? Hold on, I want to show y'all this before I start. Because of all the stuff that's been going on, people have been like coming forward and basically saying, you know what, Michelle, you're kind of right. I don't know. It just seems like, it's more to this Kandi thing than I'm willing to believe. Because hold on. This over here on TikTok. Somebody had put me in this. Hold on. What is this? Chill. How I open it? Open it. Lord, it won't open. Hold on. Chill. Be cool. Hold on. Let me go TikTok. Somebody sent me this on TikTok, and I had to repost it because this was right on the money, honey. They was talking about Kandi, and I was like, "This is what I've been trying to tell y'all." I'm so glad that people be listening. So, who is this? Media Timeouts. Media Timeouts went to TikTok and did a whole rundown about Kandi. Okay, and we're gonna get to Kandi's press tour in a second, but I gotta play this because y'all gotta hear it, okay? Because she done did a
Kandi
whole little
Burruss.
thing. Look.
You're not about to sit up here and make me believe Todd.
Wait. And y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer in section 107 of the Copyright Act. And before I play this, you know Kandi is claiming that Todd ain't paid no money. He's basically a deadbeat. He cannot possibly be daddy daycare because he living in the guest house and not paying no rent. Meanwhile, Kandi been staying in New York since November of 2025. And she says she got a caretaker to take care of the kids. And now I have been asking all this time, like, how is it that, you know, she's claiming that Todd ain't been there, but, you know, you paying a caretaker, but you might as well pay Todd at this point. I don't know. But here's what somebody said. And thank you. Copyright disclaimer in section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowance is made for what? Fair use. We are researching. So
Kandi Burruss, you're not about to sit up here and make me believe Todd Tucker is no deadbeat daddy. Look, you said from November to March, you in New York. How he a deadbeat if you in New York from November to March? Who was watching the kids?
Huh? Who is watching the kids?
You're not finna make me believe that he is a deadbeat and you from November to March. Because if he's not taking care of them kids and you in New York, and the kid, and this is during school time, then who the hell is watching the kids? If he a deadbeat, then that make you a damn deadbeat. Huh? Listen, you always working at Kandi. You ain't really got to work. You said he don't help with no bills. He don't help with the kids' school. How? And you ain't home. How and you ain't home?
How, Kandi? How?
Somebody got to be home with them kids. Look, he over there playing daddy daycare. He always home with the kids or somebody there with him. Because you, November to March. That just don't make no sense to me. Look, then everybody saying.
See, when I say it, y'all call me a hater. I'm glad somebody else saying it.
Oh, Mama Joyce was right. No, Mama Joyce was dead wrong. She been wrong from the beginning. She wrong to the day. Look, Todd Tucker was working on a TV show set. That's a high value man to me. It may not be $35 million.
I mean, it might be a high value man in Atlanta. He did have a good job back then. Then Kandi did want Todd. You know, she said she wanted him, honey. He had a job. He was stable. He had some real estate ventures. He knew how to do stuff.
Kandi Burruss money, but that's a high value man in Atlanta, especially back then. He don't make old lady gang. He even got old lady gang up in the damn State Farm Arena in Atlanta. No, Mama Joyce was dead wrong. She wrong. Mama Joyce was never right about Todd. Now, Todd, if you cheated on Kandi, you dead wrong. But look.
You right, Todd. If you had an emotional relationship with somebody, y'all both were screwing. Kandi said it's all about the sex. But Todd was like going out to eat with her. Todd was being around town, going to the club with Todd. If you were spending time with somebody you was just supposed to be ucking, okay? You wrong, Todd. You was dead wrong.
Kandi, you even wanted Todd to go on tour with you. You didn't want him to have his own stuff at all. I ain't gonna say at all, but I remember one episode. She said, I want you to go on tour with me. Well, if he go on tour with you, Kandi, who the hell is watching them kids? Huh? Your money can't buy everything. Okay? The money can't buy everything. No, he cannot afford to pay for daycare. No, he can't. He can't afford for the damn school to be $60,000 a year. He can't afford it. Matter of fact, you should really take your kid up to Buckhead, get you a nice house, and get off Camden Road so they can go to North Atlanta. Don't nobody know. Ain't nobody finna bother them kids up there.
She said, "Think about a private school. Go get you a house in Buckhead, honey, and put them in public school. They'll be all right in North Atlanta." I went to North Atlanta.
Them kids don't need to go to private school. That's your choice. That's what he probably saying, because he's from New York. Education is what Ty's saying. But look, Kandi, you got this wrong. I know you're trying to do what you but I just don't feel like he a deadbeat. And I don't care. Kandi Burruss.
Oh, she broke it down. Okay, she broke it down, put it on the whiteboard, said she don't believe it. Okay, she said if you there November to March, who is there with the kids? Okay. So shout out to Media Timeouts on TikTok. It was just somebody had tagged me in, and I was very amused, okay, after reading all the court documents. Now, y'all know Ty has said in the latest court documents in his response to her amended petition that Kandi be using the media, honey. Y'all remember I pulled up the court documents, and one of the things that Todd was very specific about was, I'm gonna pull it up right here. Okay. Shout out for Radiance for putting it in Discord so that I can get it quickly. If y'all want to be a member of my Discord group, you have to be a member of the $5 and above tier on Patreon, patreon.com. I am ATLien. The link is in the bio. Okay. So here is my Discord. Let me make that big. I showed this the other day. It says father remains committed to resolving these matters through appropriate legal channels and structured processes, while mother has given interviews to television programs, magazines, and other media outlets during the pendency of this action. Father has not and has deliberately refrained from engaging in personal or inflammatory allegations so as not to escalate conflict, undermine mother's reputation, or litigate these issues in the court of public opinion, but instead to maintain focus on the minor children's well-being. In the same spirit, the parties have made good faith efforts to resolve blah, 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 blah. So, so Ty was saying, yeah, Kandi keep going to the media. Okay, every time something come out about us, every time a new document is filed in court, Kandi goes to the media. And what she been doing this week? Going to the media. Her one day off, she went to the media. She said she only had Monday off. Where was she at? In the media. And so Kandi been posting stuff. Okay, look, even though Kandi been in New York, Kandi posted old pictures of her and Blaze. y'all, I'm being facetious. I don't know if this old or not, but she posting videos of her and Blaze, okay, because she know that Todd been doing daddy daycare, and Todd be posting pictures of Blaze outfits every day. So she said, look, you ain't gonna one up me, okay? I'm gonna start posting pictures of my own kids. Kandi ain't been posting no pictures, but she posted pictures of her and Blaze, okay, in the midst of everything. This was yesterday, knowing dang well Blaze wasn't there yesterday. Now I don't know, but I don't think Blaze was there yesterday. I think Blaze was at school. Okay, maybe she was, who knows? But yeah, so Monday, Kandi, out Valentine's Day, Mama Joyce was up there all weekend. So where was the kids? Where was the kids, honey? Mama Joyce and the cousins was there all weekend. Kandi spent Valentine's Day in New York. Okay. So here's Kandi in New York with all the peoples. Okay, here's Kandi. And then she posted a picture of Blaze for whatever reason, but it was interesting because she posted the picture of Blaze, as she was posting pictures of her on Kelly and Mark. And all of the things. Here's her on Kelly and Mark. She looks amazing. Okay, they really been styling Kandi very well. Okay, and she did some more press. Mama Joyce did press with her. Okay, they go Mama Joyce in the press, and Mama Joyce was coming out of the NBC offices as Kandi was doing the interviews, and it's like, why is she doing interviews with all these people? What does Kandi have going on besides Aunt Juliet? And if she's promoting Aunt Juliet, what is she doing? So it's really interviews about nothing. But hold on, look, this is Kandi. Y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer, Section 107 of the Copyright Act. This is Kandi coming out of from the interview with Mama Joyce. Hold on.
How do you feel about Kandi and Todd?
She let Mama Joyce come out first. I found that interesting. Y'all went in together. Why you let Mama Joyce come out first? This is all strategic, okay? Instead of Kandi talking about the divorce, now she gonna let Mama Joyce talk about it.
I mean, they're getting divorced.
Well, I just feel like as long as Candace had
So why Kandi run out there to get Mama Joyce instead of Candy's assistant? Well, Candy's assistant was standing right there. They knew what they was doing. This was a setup.
And we're happy to hear that. We're happy to hear that. Kandi, we gotta ask you, Kandi, how did you spend Valentine's Day? It was your first Valentine's Day as a single woman.
And we saw she spent Valentine's Day with Mama Joyce and her cousins and them.
Well, first of all, I had to work. I had 2 shows that day.
Okay, well, that's a good distraction.
Juliet, but I took my mom,
See, she at work. She had work all weekend.
my cousin April, and my cousin Karan. We all went out to dinner.
That's nice. Kind of like a Valentine's.
Yeah,
Kinda.
well, I mean, family time.
So,
Family
Kandi gonna address the Mama Joyce situation in just a second.
time. Okay,
Yeah.
well, how you feeling? You look great.
Thank you. I feel good.
We love that for you. I know you didn't want your mom to come over here, but honestly, as a fan, I felt like your mom was just getting used to Todd. Things were looking good over the last 5 years. That's why I asked my
And look. Again, Kandi knew they was gonna ask her about Todd.
mom, how do you feel? She said, as long as you're happy.
She's been very nice lately.
So she put Mama Joyce as a buffer.
Mama Joyce, we gotta ask you.
She's been very nice. Okay, she's been very nice. And the crazy thing is, even on the interview, what the interview at, child? Even on the interview, that was the first thing that she said about the divorce. They were asking her about divorce, and she was talking about Mama Joyce being nice. Hold on, I'm gonna find it, child. Hold on. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. Here it is. Shout out to No Chaser. Here it is, right here. Copy link. Paste. Okay, No Chaser. And here is Kandi on the same show she was leaving the offices from. And this is Kelly and Mark. Hold on. Here's what she said. Y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer. Yada 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 yada.
You know, you left the Real Housewives of Atlanta 2 years ago. I miss you terribly on that show. I just want you to know, I really do. I miss you terribly. How is life beyond the show?
Do we miss Kandi? Hell, we missed the show. The show ain't been on in a year. We ain't missed Kandi on the show.
Like, if there were other women thinking of leaving, what would you say to them?
Take that leap of faith.
Really?
Yes. Well, for me, it's been great. I mean, you know, obviously, I've always had other things going on outside of the show. I mean, if you didn't have anything else going on outside of the show, then
maybe stay.
Now she throwing shade at people. Now she throwing shade to Kandi. Said she got things going on. What you got going on, child? You know damn well you don't want to be working 7 days a week. Now that don't seem like no soft life to me.
Right.
But for me, I had a lot of things that I wanted to, like, other dreams I was trying to pursue. As soon as I came out of Housewives, I was a producer on Othello.
Yes, of course.
Her and Todd was the producer on Othello. Don't forget, Todd was listed as well.
Records.
Yes.
Othello on Broadway. So
Yes.
for those who don't know, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, now I'm able to do And Juliet, which is something I wouldn't have been able to do if I was
there.
If I was there.
Okay, so she's saying that she wouldn't be able to have done And Juliet if she was there, and I don't think she would have wanted to do And Juliet if she was there. Now, hold on, there's some more Kandi interviews. Hold on. I gotta pull them up because Kandi been on this damn press tour talking about Mama Joyce, talking about this, talking about that. Again, you see her on whatchamacallit and Kelly, right? Who was it? Was it real? Who was it? Hold on, because one of my followers put these in his story, and I thought it was so funny. It was the Housewives. Was it Housewives Husbands or something? Hold on. husband, the Real Housewives men. Real Housewives men on Instagram called it out because they showed in their story that they said it was all an assignment. That's what they said. I'm just I don't even know. Look. They said that Kelly and Mark knew the assignment. Now, I don't really be paying attention sometimes, and a lot of these housewives blogs really be clocking the tea. So apparently, Kelly is really good friends with Andy. Kelly and Mark are really good friends with Andy, and like all the shows that Kandi is doing right now, they are really close with Andy. And then Andy was actually at Ann Juliet just like a week or so ago. So apparently, they're linking it as if Andy got Kandi all of these media opportunities, but she don't really have nothing to promote. And so like they pulled a clip from the Housewives too. Hold on, listen to this.
Stamina. Are you resting your voice on days that you know on the morning?
I'm telling you, every time we have a Broadway star here on a Monday, I feel like saying to them, what are you doing here? You need to be home in bed.
Right.
You need to be on vocal rest.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Monday is my only day off, but I wanted to see you guys.
Nice.
Monday was her only day off. She went with the kids. She was with she was doing press. And then said they got Kandi on the record about her work schedule and her priorities on her only day off. I wasn't even clocking that. Hold on.
We appreciate
We
that.
appreciate it.
We appreciate
Monday
it.
is my only day off.
I get you have to go stay out of town because
Now they pulled this clip with Todd basically saying that they're claiming that Live with Kelly and Mark was the miscellaneous bull-ish that Todd was talking about, and that she needed to be home with them kids.
you're trying to do this acting thing. You're trying to, let's get it. I got you. But when you come here, the little time that you do have,
And I'm trying to stop it, because I don't want to get clocked by Bravo, because they real shady sometimes with these 1-minute clips.
you book it with miscellaneous bullshit. Your friend's little.
When you come home, you be booked with miscellaneous bullshit. You don't even spend time with your husband. And all of this is on air. This is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all don't remember this?
Event. It may mean a lot to your friend, but right now, that's not priority. Right.
Right? We were
And then look. Then she was on Jenna the same day, I guess. And it says they got Kandi on the record saying her work, not her children, motivates her. And I'm like, did they set her up? Hold on.
just saying, you've never looked better. You're having this wonderful time in your career. You also announced that you and I guess your now ex-husband are going through a divorce, but you spent the holidays together. So how's it
Not them was asking about the divorce, child.
going?
Well, we have determined that no matter what, we're always going to be great co-parents for our kids. So with that means that, we're going to spend holidays together sometimes because we're still family, even though he and I have decided to go our separate ways. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible for our children.
That's so important.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like having, with this show or staying so busy
So it's interesting. Not hold on. They said the work and not her children motivate her. I'm just looking.
has that helped?
It definitely has helped. Like, when I decided to do this show is like right when
In the thick of it.
Yeah, in the thick of it, exactly. So it has been the best therapy for me because sometimes you have to have, something to put your focus in.
Okay. Now they got all them. Why they got all them on there? I don't know. Hold on. Let me go back to Kandi page. Hold on. Let me go back to Kandi page. Like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. We're gonna get into the TS Manhattan Starter House drama in just a minute, and it's gonna be lengthy, child, because it's a lot, child. It's a lot. Y'all thought calling out scammers was easy. Child, this a mess. So on Kandi's page, she also did a podcast recently. Like I said, Kandi is doing all of the things, and I'm trying to figure out what is she promoting. Is she the star of Ann Juliet? I don't think she's the star, but I ain't mad at her. But hold on, let me see. She was on the Tammy, who is that? The Tamsin. I don't even know who that is. Let me see what they talking about.
Real life. You've had ups and downs of real life happen to you, and you still keep moving forward.
I always say it can't rain forever. Lately, I feel like I've been going through a stormy season, but honey.
So is this shaping the narrative? Y'all let me know. Is this shaping the narrative? Like you going on people we ain't never even heard of before. Okay, got music playing in the background and stuff. Kandi says she is going through a stormy season. She's trying to get people back on her side, and I ain't mad at it.
Summer is coming.
Kandi Burruss is on the Tamsin Show. Like you have.
Okay, she on the Tamsin Show. What's the other one? Hold on, let me see.
Time is really just an excuse to talk yourself out of the idea.
You need to do a class on this. You do.
Okay.
You do.
I just feel like, okay, so I myself, I'm a busy person.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to tell me you don't have time, I don't want to hear it.
How do you? Yeah, exactly. Because
Like,
you
what do
found
you
the
mean?
time.
You doing a show, I'm doing a show too. You got kids, I got kids too.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you mean you don't have time? I mean, we got babysitters, we got this, we got that. It's like,
so she's saying she got listen, I got time. Look, I don't need to spend I got time, I got money, and I got babysitters. I don't have to be at home. I got time. I don't know who she talking to. I don't know what man she talking to. It sounds like she said, fuck them kids. I got time. Okay. We got babysitters, we got this, we got that. I could be in these streets.
we got to start finding the resources. Start thinking, like, think about it. We figure out how to make something happen when we're at our bottom, when there's nothing else.
Yep.
Why do we have to wait till we're at rock bottom to figure it out?
Yeah.
Right?
Why do we do that?
Okay, so we have to start. It's like all about, start putting together a plan, start figuring out, okay, let's just do the basic research tomorrow, or today, not like next year.
And this is on the Tamsin Fadal show. It's a podcast, I believe.
Here, not keep talking about it. Like,
I needed you here today for this because I have a couple of those things in my mind. I needed to hear that today.
saying that you don't have enough time is really just.
So basically, she's saying, there's enough time to do whatever you want to do. Okay, fuck them kids. Yeah, and then y'all keep telling, look, and I like Kandi, but it is what it is. I'll just be looking at the receipts laughing because y'all be like, Kandi is a single mom. Kandi is this. Well, Kandi already said she got time. She can do what she want to do. There are babysitters, honey. She can hire a babysitter. She don't have to be there personally. She got the money to do whatever she want to do. And just like the girl said on TikTok, okay, it ain't all about your money, Kandi. Okay, it ain't all about your money. You had these kids, you got to raise them. Anyway, I'm digressing, but I was just showing that, Kandi been on her little press tour. She's been talking to everyone. She's been talking about housewives. She's been talking about the kids. She's been low-key talking about the divorce. She got Mama Joyce up here smiling. She said Mama Joyce is the happiest that she's ever been. Hold on, let me see if I can find that clip. That Mama Joyce is the happiest that she has ever been. And it's like, girl, did we even care? Well, yeah, that was in the TMZ thing, and we saw that. So yeah, you said, Michelle, open the line so I can call in. I will. You want to call in now? You want to call in after the TS Manhands expose? Let me know. I'll open the line right now. If y'all want to call in right now, I'll put the link in. Sure. But I'm gonna keep going. Hold on. Let me put the link in. You said, she want that housewife shit. She want that housewife shit. Don't nobody want to work 6-7 days a week. Kandi ain't fooling nobody. And then y'all talk about somebody got to work. Kandi, look, I thought Kandi was wealthy. Where's the Kandi Cody Click? Y'all said Kandi can take care of every motherfucker in here. If you could take care of every motherfucker in here, you is not clocking into no job 7 days a week away from your home. You is not gonna do that. But I guess Kandi got goals, aspirations, and Kandi is doing what Kandi wants to do. Not moving on from Kandi. I can stay on Kandi if I want to. This is my show. You said, of course, Mama Joy's happy. She get access to the funds. Okay, she got access to the money. Okay. She is very male identified. Okay, Kandi had her man at home waiting for her, cooking dinner and everything. I told you. And then as soon as he, felt like he wanted the man up, Kandi said, I'm about to big dog you. I am the boss in this house. You can't be going outside when I say go outside. Okay. Todd even said it. You can't keep a man chained up in the house like a dog. He said that, not me. Okay. He said that. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Like this video. Please, thank you. Like this video. Now let me get to this T.S. Madison stuff. Because it's a lot. It is a whole lot. And I know that a bunch of y'all didn't believe me. But I'm gonna show y'all some footage. Okay. Again, this is my show and I love going into the archives because that's what I do. I prove things by showing you what happened last year. Okay. I'm a blogger in real life. I've been doing this for almost 20 years, right? So in doing this for almost 20 years, hold on, yeah. Hold on. About a year ago. This is a year ago, because y'all can see me and my friend. I hope he don't get in trouble for this. I don't even care. This is my footage. Okay, there go the scam of it all. Okay, that was recorded in 2024. Okay. Me and Josh sitting at my dining room or at my bar, honey, talking and working and just chit-chatting. And T.S. Manhands had just had his ribbon ceremony or something. He had announced his T.S. Starter House thing, right? So hold on. Yes, the check been cleared, honey. The check. Hold on, let me go and see, where did I start talking about him at? Somewhere around here. Hold on, I gotta go to the summary, because for some reason them timestamps is wrong, honey. You said you remember this? Okay, no, but I'm gonna play it because I guess people be thinking that I just be like starting up just to start up. No. My foot been on his neck. Okay, my foot has been on his neck. Is this right here? 2250. Okay, there it is. Okay, let me start right here. Oh no. Anyway, it is what it is. She's won. Moving on. Like this video, please, and thank you. This is just an impromptu video. Yeah, I didn't say Nene was fired. I said Kenya said Nene was fired. Now Kenya was fired. It's definitely suspended. Let's get the terminology right. Hold on. This was when Kenya had got suspended. Some people don't know, but the people who don't know,
she was chopped.
Okay, clock that. You better clock that, T. Clock that. Okay. You said Kenya is eating barbecue. Say, Mr. Manhand's gonna get charged for fraud. Okay, this was in November of 2024. Okay, we was talking about T.S. Manhands, and somebody in the chat said, "Is Mr. Manhands gonna get charged for fraud or just his business partner?" Hold on.
Doing fraud.
Remember, I showed you the thing. Yeah. Now I don't know if Mr. Manhands was doing fraud. I know his business partner has been indicted on charges of grand. So this was a year ago. So T.S. Manhands cannot possibly say that he didn't know nothing about it when in November 2024, it was in the New York Times, it was on the news, it was on the blogs, it was in YouTube streets. The larceny, 24 charges, I think. Yeah, I played it yesterday. Day 4. You know that?
24?
Yeah, it's a lot of charges. Wow. Hold on, let me look it up again. So y'all want to be messy.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Y'all know I had to look it up. News. Transpired business records in New York. Look, it's out. Who said it was swiped from the internet? Once celebrated former nonprofit leader Dominique Morgan faces fraud charges in Brooklyn. New York Daily News. Trans activist Dominique. Let's go to the New York Daily News, child. Let me go here. Why you say like that?
That's a strong face.
Oh, child, don't do the person like that.
I'm gonna keep going. Hold on, I'm fast forward because we talked about this the other day.
As the executive.
Hold on.
Proof that she was using the money for bail. She cooked up bogus receipts for 23 people who were. Hold on. And look, see, I ain't gonna even say it.
Ooh.
So
that ain't flattering.
I don't know what happened tonight.
Okay, so a lot of these big name news outlets, Forbes, CNN, Yahoo, MSN, all of them, they have different pages where they have contributors, which means if I get approved to be a contributor, I can go and write stories about my friends, about my family, or whatever, and it will be on Forbes. And y'all think y'all on Forbes, and actually it's just a contributor page, right? So one of T.S. Madison's friends, this how you know scams be scamming. One of T.S. Madison's friends is a contributor. Ashley Marie Preston is a contributor. Yeah, I'm giving y'all game right now to this. So y'all can Google Ashley Marie Preston, which is another transgender person, wrote this in the Forbes contributor stuff about T.S. Madison and Dominique Morgan, and said they are launching the T.S. Madison Starter House. It is on. I do have to say this about the Ashley Marie Preston. I did say that Ashley Marie Preston had done fraud or was alleged to have done fraud, and apparently it was the other one. Hope Giselle is the one who had stole a GoFundMe or something like that. But yeah, I was wrong on that, I have to admit. But hold on. So they the Ashley Marie Preston transgender person had wrote this story about T.S. Manhands and the Starter House, and saying that Dominique and them, they was doing this, they was purchasing, all of this stuff to help these poor, indigent, transgender people. Okay. And so this was like a year ago. So me and Josh was sitting around like contemplating, like, okay, so the house is in Conyers. It's not even in Atlanta. And anybody who knows Atlanta knows that Conyers is nowhere near Atlanta. Is not convenient. Okay. There is no public transportation. There is none of that. So we were sitting around just pontificating, as I always do. And apparently, I think T.S. Manhands had just did a video saying that he had donated the home. Okay. And I, being a person who owns several, okay, was pretty much like, how do you, and I don't know, like, I'm not a tax professional. Some of y'all tax professionals in the chat, let me know. But I was like, how do you donate a home and keep the deed? How do you donate a home and keep ownership of it? How do you donate a home and still gain all the benefits of ownership, i.e. the increasing escrow, i.e. it's still in your name, i.e. all of those things? How do you donate a home and still benefit? Those were the questions that I was asking. Hold on. You said lying about a charity, that's deep. First of all, the person who was who he's partnered with just stole $100,000 from another charity. Okay, from another nonprofit. Now he over here running what seems like a scheme, a Ponzi scheme that T.S. Madison came up with to come to y'all with the bullshit, just like he came to y'all with the bullshit about the Emmy and the Grammy. But I'm digressing. So
it's like if I decide to get my sweater I have on the Goodwill, but I'm still wearing it.
Right.
I ain't gave nothing.
You ain't gave
nothing but lie.
Right.
Okay.
Or you get your car the Goodwill, but you keep the title, so you can go pick it up whenever you want to and sell it. Oh yeah, how would you donate a car? Okay, how would you donate a car and keep the title? And then you can go take the title, get you some title loans. You can do all that. You can still have the benefit of ownership.
Interesting.
Wow. So I mean, if I donated the house and kept the deed, that means I'm getting like the equity from the house.
All profits. So when you sell,
all
you
profits
get
from the
house. Had a kind of money to
the house appreciates. It's my so it's not non-profit. Somebody's making a profit.
It's for profit.
Oh, okay, it's for profit. So you saying he's renting the house out, and see, that's different. If you said I'm renting my house to this nonprofit, that's different than saying I'm donating. And so all of the press that he has been going to and getting donations from, and he said he donated this house. Okay. And that he's rich and he could do that because he owned this house, and so he donated. He gave them a $300,000 house. That's what I got from it. And who is making the donations to this nonprofit? Like, the people make donations. You know how people make donations to the Red Cross, Goodwill.
They probably said she probably can't.
They got grants from the government.
I'm about to break down. To you.
Okay, break it down to me.
Let me tell you what happened.
Okay,
this girl who used to run the nonprofit organization said, "Look, Madison, I used to scam for my job, and the money that the government would give grants and stuff like that, we can take this and do this with your house, and you can benefit and live off the proceeds. And we both can split it." It's plain and simple. That's what happened. You know, that's how they talk. When you find out somebody can do something and underneath the table and put you on, you're like, yeah, I do got a house, but ain't nobody renting it out. It is just sitting empty. It's a house don't nobody want, and I'm just be able to sit in it. I don't want it to foreclose. So, okay, girl, so you think you can do it? They're like, yeah, girl, I can do it. Let's hook it. Okay, set it up. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get donors and stuff. So we're going to go public with this. We're going to get our friend to write this article. We're going to go and do an interview, act like we're good at two-shoot, and go and scheme and scam. And there go our income, girl. You know that's how it goes. You know that's how it goes.
I forgot you. I knew you would know.
Yeah, that's how it goes. One thing I know is a sister. Is a scamming ass game. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna leave it alone. I have been around.
So okay, I have to pause and say this. Okay, and I see you in the back, y'all. Remember when I first started this live, I was talking about Jesse Jackson. I was talking about how he had control of the narrative because he was charismatic. He was front facing to the media. He controlled the story. He amped up people. He amped up the crowd. He got people to march, because of his knowledge and his control of the media. And now here we are in this new age where social media, TikTok, all of that is all coordinated. And when you got a big following and you got friends who can write for the AJC, Out Magazine, Gay Magazine, Wow Magazine, this magazine, that magazine, you can put out a narrative that you are now donating this house. You can get donations. You got all your friends. Remember, I pulled it up. The Ashley Marie Preston person, who is also a transgender, who is a friend of his, who actually wrote the very first article saying that he was opening this T.S. Madison Starter House. Now, and listen, my mind is blown because, again, it's been a year, right? It's been a year. That ain't even the tip of the iceberg. That ain't even the tip of the iceberg. Now, the DL Whisperer was digging up some other stuff about the 501, whatever, the this, that, and the third, the nonprofit, and who's on the board and all this. And Natasha K is exposing all the stuff that the DL Whisperer can't expose because they was doxing the D. Oh, no, none of that. That ain't even the tip of the iceberg. Now, we did find out. Hold on. We did find out through the AJC, honey. Through the AJC, that T.S. Manhands welcomed the first indigent, homeless, whatever, formerly incarcerated transgender into the home in December of 2025. That was just like 3 months ago. And again, we did that video that y'all just watched a year ago, November 2024. Now keep track. Y'all writing this down. I know y'all, the Maddie Mob in here, y'all writing this down, right? So we did that a year ago. That was when T.S. Manhands had announced he had to start a house. That was when all the articles, he started the articles, he started the media push. Okay. And then he did a grand, he invited all the media to his house and they did a ribbon cutting ceremony and all of that. All of this happened over a year ago. Now here we are in 2026. He just got the first homeless transgender in there. And I know a bunch of people was like, what happened? Hold on. Shout out to Sandra Rose. Cause listen, I love my blogger friends. I love my blogger friends. Cause Sandra Rose was putting the pieces together, honey. We was talking and chatting and talking. And in the midst of us chatting and talking, hold on, Sandra Rose put the pieces in motion. Hold on, like this video, please. And thank you. Like this video. So the AJC was one of those people who T.S. Manhands invited to the ribbon cutting ceremony, right? So this person at the AJC had actually wrote a post about T.S. Manhands, starting this home. And at the time when they started the home, there was no one living there. Okay. And so the person at the AJC followed up on the article. I mean, the home and found out that just recently, T.S. Manhands had welcomed his first residents. Okay, a year later, since 2024, there's only been one resident. Okay, there's how is it that there's only one resident into this starter home for indigent, formerly incarcerated transgender women in Atlanta? Allegedly, it was in Conyers, but in Atlanta, there ain't no homeless transgender people in need in Atlanta that could have benefited from housing. And another thing that's interesting is these people have been getting donations. Okay, they have been getting donations for over 12 months. Okay, and I know y'all was like, well, it's not government funded, it's people funded. Well, if people are giving giving their money to this person, where is the money going besides the pockets? Okay, so because people started asking questions, T.S. Manhands went and found this young lady right here, this young transgender right here. Okay, and it's interesting because this young transgender person actually resides in Orlando. It's from Orlando, and it's like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You started this starter home to help these people, and you had to go to Florida. You had to go to Florida to find the first person, and child, I want to break this down so bad. And I want to break this down so bad. Okay, y'all saying two gentlemen. Listen, somebody said that person that moved in is from Orlando. Okay, wait. You're right. The person that moved in is from Orlando. And in being from Orlando, hold on, Chuck, because we be looking. The person is from Orlando. The person is a TikTok influencer. The person is a TikTok influencer who has a lot of TikTok followers. Okay, and it's very, very, very interesting that T.S. Manhands would pick a person who is a TikTok influencer, to be the first transgender into the home. You said that person isn't homeless. Well, they ain't homeless. You're right. They had a boyfriend. They was living in Orlando, living their best life in Orlando, child. And they said they had been incarcerated before, but apparently, they got, some kind of way. T.S. Madison then chose this person to be the first person over there. And it is what it is. They in their 20s. They didn't transition after being incarcerated or whatever. But here is the tea, honey. Here is the tea. This the person right here. Okay. This was just 2 days ago. The person don't even be there full time. Okay. The person was taking pictures in there and stuff. Hold on. Look.
Ooh, this is not.
And when the person taking pictures in there, right? I'm messy. I am messy. I can admit I'm messy. The person taking pictures in there, right? The house been empty for a year, right? And I was giving them the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, if the house been empty for a year, they've been getting donations for a year, sponsorship for a year, all of that for a year. They said that they were sponsored by Pure for Men and they were sponsored by NASM. Okay, so all these organizations have been giving money to the T.S. Manhands Starter House, okay, to house homeless transgender people. Okay, they got a 4,000 square foot mini mansion, with not really a mansion, but 4,000 square foot home in Conyers. Okay, they put this person, they flew this person in from Orlando after people started questioning where's the money going. So they was like, well, we gonna put this person in there. Okay, we have vetted this person. This person is on TikTok. They didn't say that, but look. And again, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt because it had been a year. They're getting all the money. I'm like, well, maybe they had to rehab the house because T.S. Manhands been in there for a long time. And they did say the house was raggedy and dusty and stanky and smell like piss and all of that. So I'm like, maybe he redid the floors and painted the walls or something. But look, the house look exactly the same. Hold on. The walls ain't even painted, Chuck. They didn't even paint the walls. Wait, we gonna look.
Ooh, this is.
Hold on, that's the first one. Hold on, let me see. Where is the other one? Hold on. Oh, there it is right now.
So this is something I usually don't do, but I'm doing it today. Yeah. So guess what I'm at? Guess I woke up at, y'all. Look.
No, it's a transgender person.
Yes.
Look, the piss stained furniture is still right there. I was about to say something else, but you know, this YouTube. The stained furniture is still there. The same furniture, the same walls, the same light fix. They ain't did nothing. They ain't painted the walls. They ain't did probably just mopped the floor if they did that.
It's like, can y'all imagine just waking up here every day? Look at me in my robe. Can you imagine?
Y'all hear the echo? Ain't nobody in the house. Look at the green wall, the green, purple, red, yellow walls.
Just coming to eat fine, you know, dining here at the table. Yes, the stairs, the little office. We can do our work. That's my room. Don't look in there. But yeah.
You just made it into a sound stage or something. Hold on, just took the money. Hold on.
This is just phenomenal. Zamaya, how did we get here? Sometimes I ask myself, like, Zamaya, how the fuck did you get here? Like, and it's like, this is God's plan. God did this. Let me look out the window, make sure nobody ain't outside. But yeah, I ain't gonna do y'all full walkthrough, but just enough to get y'all the visuals, right?
That was just 2 days ago. Okay, you said they got this. How you got here, sir? You're scamming. Okay, but wait. We gonna finish. I ain't even touched the iceberg. I'm skipping all around, but I ain't even broke. I ain't even finished, child. So, look. So the AJC had exposed that there's only been one residence in the house in the whole year. Okay, I know y'all was like, well, how y'all know it was just one resident? Listen. The AJC said it in the article. Hold on. I'm gonna show you there go him cutting the dang thing over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. There he go cutting the thing. And wait a minute, we're gonna show you the exact article. Hold on. Bloggers keep receipts, y'all. The bloggers keep receipts. Now, here is the AJC article. Okay, this is literally just press. Remember, I told you, like, who controls the media controls the narrative. Okay, so remember, I told you at first the Ashley Marie Preston person was the first person who wrote a little article in Forbes to push the narrative that the starter house was something big, and then they continue with their press. Okay, and so here is an AJC, Atlanta Journal-Constitution News, who pretty much outed the fact that they have been scamming for a year. Okay, it says inside a lavish 4,000 square foot home nestled in secluded area in Conyers. Y'all remember in my last video, I said ain't no bus route, ain't nothing out there. So if the person ain't got no car, is indigent, is homeless, how they gonna get around? How they gonna get some food? Ain't nowhere to eat. They can't walk to the store. Okay, it says on the living room mantel sits another poster, one signifying her current work, the T.S. Madison Starter House. Last year, T.S. Manhands announced plans for the Starter House along with her business partner, and this was written January 4th. So he can't say that Dominique Morgan is not sitting right there next to him, along with his business partner Dominique Morgan and National AIDS Education and Services for Minorities Inc. That's NASM, an Atlanta-based nonprofit that specializes in HIV/AIDS awareness and prevention. Now it says housing instability is an issue amongst the LGBT community, with 41% of Black trans people in the country having experienced homelessness. Now, you telling me they couldn't find nobody homeless over the past year? Y'all telling me that only one person's been, I'm not even finished reading. Hold on. So this, they outed this, what the AJC wrote. It says, what is the pressing issue that I can be a part of it, part of that I can lend my superstar to for my community? T.S. Manhans pondered while conceiving of the idea to repurpose her home of 17 years. Since its inception, the T.S. Manhans Starter House has raised over $250,000 through corporate and individual donors. It was empty for a year. It was empty for a year. So if this is, they're saying that it raised this through corporate and individual donors, but we don't know how much they actually got. Let me finish. Him business partner, Dominique Morgan. Again, this was January 4th. You know, Dominique been on trial for over a year and then just pled guilty last week to fraud. Anyway, helps amplify the home's mission amidst Madison's busy work schedule. Look, how is it they amplifying the mission but not doing nothing with the house? So what are they doing? Just putting it in stories on the internet? Are they just posting stuff? Are they just hired a TikToker to be in the house and post that they're living there? Like, I'm just trying to figure this out. Y'all let me know. I'm just putting the pieces together. It said last year Morgan was indicted in New York for allegedly stealing nearly $100,000 from the Okra Project. Morgan said the case doesn't impact her commitment to the Starter House, adding that the work speaks for itself. So, yeah, like if you go through all of it, this was literally just a photo op. Okay, the space, which officially launched in March, is a re-entry home for formerly incarcerated Black trans women or those previously engaged in sex work. It is an essential mission that reflects T.S. Manhan's life story. So this was January 4th. This was just last month. They said in here that the home launched in March of 2025, and y'all remember I was talking about it in 2024. So make it make sense. They I don't know what they're doing. It says the Miami-born actress, not an actress, child, and former sex worker was unhoused when they moved to Atlanta over 2 decades ago. Now, T.S. Manhans bought the house in 2007 and now serves as the starter home after making his first $1 million. Okay, that's what he say. It says now the home, which bills itself as a sanctuary for Black trans women in ATL, is hosting its first resident. Now, they outed T.S. Manhans. This is the first person that has ever lived in the home. Okay, this is from the AJC. This is not a made up story. Nobody's sitting here saying, oh my God, y'all are targeting T.S. Madison. No, we not. The AJC pretty much said it right here. Okay, they've been open for over a year and a half. They have collected $250,000 through corporate and individual donors, and nobody's been in the house until January of 2026. I think they moved in December after Christmas in 2025, but even with that, it's been a year. So this is Zamaya. Zamaya Esters is the only resident at the T.S. Manhans Starter House. Okay. And I just showed you Zamaya over there on the TikTok. Okay. Now, child, this is a mess. Did y'all know this was a mess? Hold on. Let me go back to Sandra's page. Cassandra got it all noted out for us. Shout out to the blogs who be blogging. I'm gonna go back to blogging one day because I live for it. You said if the need for housing for homeless transgenders is so great, wouldn't that house be JC? Somebody y'all tell me. I would think that would mean that there were several people within the Atlanta area that could have benefited from some type of housing, even though Conyers is far and not near nothing. They literally flew somebody in who is a resident of Orlando. Okay, like I'm trying to figure this out now. Hold on, let's finish reading, child. Let's finish. I'm gonna read the article. You said this is a lie. It sure is. Okay, so hold on. So it says the Atlanta Journal-Constitution inadvertently exposed T.S. Manhans for housing only one homeless trans person in his Atlanta starting house. started a house. Man Hands claims he donated the house to help homeless trans women transition to permanent housing, but Man Hands' name is still on the deed for the house in Conyers. Man Hands told Forbes, when I first came up with the idea to donate my first house to charity, you see that? Y'all said he was renting. He said, donate my first house to charity. I thought about how I moved to Atlanta homeless, broke, poor, sick from silicone poisoning, and with no sense of direction or place to go. One of my trans sisters took me in and became like a second mother to me, blah, blah, blah. Man Hands built the home as a sanctuary for Black trans women, co-founded and inspired by T.S. Man Hands. Now, it's co-founded because the other co-founder is Dominique Morgan, okay? And, you know, the DL Whisperer and Tasha K and all of them say that Dominique Morgan was one of the people that put up some seed money. And I don't know if he got his other nonprofit friends to chip in. But yeah, hold on. There he go right there with the scissors. He said a ribbon cutting ceremony was held at the starter house in November of 2024, but no one moved in until December of 2025. In 2024, Madison's business partner, Dominique Morgan, was charged with stealing $100,000 from a New York City charity that bonds indigent transgender people out of jail. Okay. At the time, T.S. Man Hands implied that he was not associated with Morgan. However, Madison and Morgan have just recorded a new video last week before, asking for donations. Okay. Now, let's see that first. Hold on. Child, she got everything. Hold on. Look on my video. Look. Hold on. This video was posted. Let's see what this says.
This house is.
Hold on. Y'all know the drill. Copyright disclaimer in section 107 of the Copyright Act. Oh, let me see what's going to happen. Hold on. There you go. Okay, there he in there. There you go. It said T.S. Madison is turning his Atlanta mansion into transitional housing. Okay, let me see. Nearly 1 in 3 transgender people in the U.S. have faced incarceration in the past 5 years. Okay, this looked like a setup. This looked like a setup. Nobody's lived there in a year. Then you got World of Wonder doing this trailer. What is this trailer for? They sold a house or something. Y'all right. Copyright disclaimer section 107 of the Copyright Act. Allowances made for fair use. I'm researching. And then they show Dominique and T.S. Man Hands, quote unquote, interviewing Zamaya. Hold on, look.
Somewhere that I can come and feel like people understand.
They don't know each other. They're not business partners. They're not in this together. This don't have nothing to do with T.S. Madison. I don't know why y'all keep bringing T.S. Man Hands into this. He has nothing to do with Dominique stealing money. Okay, he has nothing to do with it. But this is all a stunt and scheme and a scam. Like, why has this house been empty for so long? Why did this just come out a week ago on the Wild Network over there? Isn't that what's the name? RuPaul and them in the Wild Network, in that RuPaul and them, they just sold the show to RuPaul and them about a stunt and a scam, a house that don't have nobody in it. So they had to go find somebody to put in it. They just moved into it last month. And so then they put this video out. What did they have to do? Sell the show idea first? What happened?
Not just the prison girl.
Just hearing her say that all I need is a stable place to lay my.
All I need is a stable place to lay my head, even though she a TikTok influencer with 50,000 subscribers over there on TikTok. She be over there going live on the TikTok. She been a TikTok. People know her from TikTok. If you go and look up under the comment section of this video on Instagram, people are saying, oh, that's Zamaya. I know her from TikTok. That's how I found out the girl was on TikTok. But I mean, people can be homeless and be on TikTok though. But you flew somebody in from Orlando. You tell me you bypassed all the homeless transgenders in Atlanta for this.
I had to start over again to do right. The girls could thrive here.
Child, how you stealing from your whole community? 2 big burly gentlemen. How are you stealing from your own community? I thought you were supposed to be helping the transgenders.
Community leaders and advocates.
They said that cis women They be turning away the transgenders from the homeless shelters. That's what they said. And they said that the cisgender women get accepted and the transgender women get kicked out. And now they open you see this, a safe home for Black transgender women. They was on the ANF network and everything. They compiled all of this news footage. They had a media day and everything. They had all of these media people thinking that this is a legit organization. And I don't believe it is.
Marking the day with the grand opening of the T.S. Madison Starter House. It is a new reentry home for formerly incarcerated.
So why is it that the person wasn't living there immediately? Why it took a year to move in?
Transgender women. The new facility acts as a safe space for women returning to the community.
Now you can bring in the power of the TS.
And they taking pictures like all these people was in the house, but all of this was on the media day.
Amplify.
Transphobia affects all women. Hi, I'm T.S. Madison, and I am one of the founders of the T.S.
And they still begging for money. Where the money going?
Madison Starter House, along with Dominique Morgan, who partnered me.
Along with Dominique Morgan. Y'all said that they're not partners. They're not partners. When did this video come out, child? Is this a new video, old video? Y'all said, oh, this is a new video. This came out 2 weeks ago on Wild Presents. Okay, it came out 2 weeks ago. It's on YouTube right now. I'm looking at the thing. Okay, let me finish.
With NASM Inc.
It felt like the perfect partnership. What they wanted.
Partnership. You said deceiving vid makes it look like these are all residents. You want to see? I'm gonna finish playing it. Hold on. You said transphobia doesn't affect me. It don't affect me either.
To make happen what Madison had at her disposal.
You see this? Remember I said he who controls the media. T.S. Manhands that went on Tamron, got Tamron talking about the starter house. T.S. Manhands that got somebody to write up an article in Forbes. T.S. Manhands got Wild Presents buying a show about the T.S. Manhands starter house. And wait, I haven't even gotten to where they're asking for donations on this government funded website. Hold on, I ain't even got there yet. Each time a young trans woman is incarcerated, her chances of returning to prison increase. Where is the people? Why they ain't staying at the T.S. Manhands house? You said it's called a grift. That's what it's called. And look, they make it look like all these people. That ain't even his house. Is that his house? I don't know what they doing in here.
Community that I'm a part of is.
Oh, that must be that's the dungeon where all the porn people was writing on the wall that Kaya backed out of.
In dire need of housing and education and reform.
You said this too much. Most exposés are, friend. I mean, just take the information and do with it as you will. I can't convince y'all one way or the other. Yeah, you know, people you love, you gonna love. People you hate, you gonna hate. It is what it is. The only thing I could do is deliver the information.
NASM has been around for 35 years. It has.
Okay, so now they talk about NASM. This is a government-funded organization, is it not? You know, people were saying that T.S. Manhands was over there on Twitter saying they don't get funds from the government.
Service the queer community, Black gay men dealing with HIV/AIDS. And so this was their first take on doing.
So you got NASM involved, you had some more people involved, but you know, listen, I got some more tea. I have to spill that at a later date, child. It was some more nonprofits involved that Dominique had actually solicited several of his nonprofit friends, and some of them pulled out because Dominique wouldn't answer certain questions. Okay, so don't think this over. This is a continuing story.
Something with Black trans women. Bitch, this is here to get.
Look, left them old shit stained sofas in there. Look at that.
Their life together.
Didn't even paint the walls. Got the same old curtains on the wall. You didn't even bother to do nothing to the house, and you been get $250,000. What'd you do with the money?
Get yourself together. I hear girls saying that all I need is to power up.
The girls say that. Why the girls ain't in the house? It ain't but one girl there. You said now he donated the house of horrors to his community. Child, so many spirits in that house. Somebody called the IRS. You sure they watching? I'm sure they watching. Hold on, we watching. What else it say, child? I'm trying not to get flagged. Hold on, let me see. Child, look at this big monster. Child, what is this monster talking about?
That we're having is raising money.
Oh, he having a problem raising money. Child, he done got $250,000. He got $250,000, and now he on the Wild Presents Network begging for money. He said he is having a problem getting money for this house that ain't got nobody in it but one person, and they just got there last week.
What will it look like if the T.S. Madison Starter House is now closed?
Child, what the heck? Look, they ain't even paint the wall. What is this? Blue, yellow, red, purple?
Because we cannot
What? Why it's got so many colors in it?
sustain the project.
It is urgent.
Oh, he begging. He is begging. Let me make this big, child, because he is begging. How I put myself back down there? Hold on. He is begging, child.
Urgent that we
That look the same. He ain't even paint the walls. Child. They ain't do nothing. It still got scuffs on the wall. Look at that.
get help from people around the world. If you're my trans friend, I need your help. If you're my straight friend,
Now him begging for money for all the people. You rich. What you need the money for? You didn't even donate the house. What do you stealing from your own people? So where are all the people who be calling me transphobic for calling this man a man, and he is stealing from y'all's community? Where y'all at? I'm trying to figure out where y'all at.
I need your help. If you're my gay friend, I need your help. If you're my rich friend, if you're my superstar friend, we need your help.
$250,000. Even though, to some that's not a lot of money, but $250,000 over 12 months time, and there is nothing to be paid for because no one was in the house. There was no one to house, no one to feed, no one to clothe, no one to nothing. And that person didn't get there till last week. So did that person get the benefit of the $250,000 that just came over there from TikTok? These are questions that I have. He said at the end of the day, they will get donations. That's sad. Okay, I mean, y'all can donate. I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is, but we're going to call it out. He said it doesn't matter if it's a 501c3. Donations are tax deductible. Okay, well, people give money all the time. I get it. But at the end of the day, we are going to call out the scam. Together for just $1, you can support a homeless trans person that will never, and we're gonna make up their name and put them on these documents like Dominique Morgan did.
We're creating a sanctuary where Black trans women can access the resources, stability.
For only $50 a month, you can support a homeless trans person to stay in the T.S. Manhattan Starter House, and we will make up their names and put them on the documents so we can get paid.
And care they need to thrive. With support from Pure.
Look, he got support for Pure for Men. He already got, how much money was that? He already got $25,000 for Pure for Men.
Pure for Men and our partners at.
I thought they was women. Why they getting Pure for Men? Okay, and then you got Nason over there. Hold on, I ain't even got to them yet.
We've come a long way, but we can't do this alone. Please.
Now they're asking for you to donate monthly, 25, 50, 100, 100. Y'all go donate if y'all want to.
Donate, spread the word, and stand with us.
I talked about this a year ago. I'm not even finished. I am not even finished. We just getting started. I had put the link in the chat if y'all want to call in. But look, hold on. I ain't even finished. Hold on. So I showed the little video. Okay. Now, as you know, Tasha K did a video highlighting the potential fraud, re-highlighting it. Okay. And you know that T.S. Manhattan had his attorney send Tasha a cease and desist. Now, when T.S. Manhattan sent that cease and desist, Tasha K hadn't even went live yet. And it's not like these accusations had not even already been flying. They had already been circulating, child. And Tasha posted the video anyway, and it's gone. Okay, but the gag is, and this is according to Sandra Rose, the AJC wrote enough information to expose Madison for hosting only one resident in the starter house since 2024. It was already in black and white on the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And those real journalists over there, they might not call you out originally. Okay, but they gonna document it and have a paper trail to call you out later on. The AJC came to the media day. The AJC wrote in just last month that the first person was already there. The AJC is keeping track of this, and watch, the AJC gonna report when the feds pull up too. Okay, now just last month, okay, here it is right here. Zamaya, I showed you, is the Starter House first resident. She's a TikTok influencer with over 49,000 followers. Zamaya is the only resident who has ever lived in the house. The worst part is Zamaya is a TikTok influencer who actually lives in Orlando, Florida, and there are plenty of homeless trans people in Atlanta. Okay. TS Manhands has accepted over 250,000 donations for the Starter House that we know of. Okay. Now I'm gonna pause right there. Okay, I'm gonna pause right there because T.S. Manhands went to his platform and said it's his house. He could do whatever the fuck he want to do with it. That's what he said over there on TikTok, right? And I guess you're right. You can do whatever you want to do with it, but we also can call you out for doing what you're doing. Okay, now hold on. I'm gonna show you this. Because he also said that he don't get government funding. He does not get government funding. But does NASM get government funding? Because I don't know. Y'all know these people. I don't. I just, I just love the mess. Okay. So does NASM get government funding? Y'all let me know. Does NASM get government funding? The gays in here. I know y'all in here. Okay. So on NASM's website, they have the T.S. Madison Starter House, a bold vision for Black trans liberation. Okay. At NASM Inc., we believe in creating solutions that center community, restore dignity, and invest in the brilliance of Black trans lives. The T.S. Manhan Starter House is our latest commitment to that vision, an innovative housing initiative designed to support and empower Black trans women engaged in sex work. Okay. You said you're not a part of that community. You don't know. Well, it's on NASM, and look, they asking for donations on the NASM site. Become a stakeholder in liberation by supporting the T.S. Manhan Starter House. You're not just funding a project; you're investing in the liberation of trans. Okay, look, and then you click it. Where it go? Oh, you click it. It go over here to NASM. Hold on. You click it. It go over here to NASM. And then they asking for monthly donations. Somebody in Colorado gave $28 3 weeks ago. Look at that. So yeah, I was just, intrigued about, them being on the NASM website, but he doesn't take government funding. Well, who is giving the money? It's on a government funded website. Somebody said their 990s have not been updated since 2020. Ooh, who's 990? NASM? So NASM in on the grift? Lord, I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, Dominique got lots of. Oh, we ain't even got to Dominique yet, child. Dominique, hold on, we ain't even got there yet. I gotta stay one place at a time. Hold on, let me go back to Sandra. So so we went to NASM. Okay, so she also said, okay, the AJC should conduct a full investigation and ask T.S. Manhands to open the books to see where all these donations are going or where they went. Tasha K has also asked for a financial audit to prove where the money has gone. That's when T.S. Manhands got mad and was trying to cease and desist. Also, when T.S. Manhands starts to be exposed, he starts doxing people and playing victim, which is what he did to me. Now, the DL Whisperer was on his heels as well and was pulling documents on everything, the 501, the 990, the this, the that. And shout out to Tien for saying that. But the DL Whisperer was also pulling those documents as well and was about to expose T.S. Manhands. And then T.S. Manhands and Dominique actually went to their platforms and doxed the DL Whisperer, actually pulled his name. That's how we know his name is Naquan Palmer. Okay. Actually pulled where he lived, actually pulled his credit report. T.S. Manhands and Craig was over there on on their show reading the DL Whisperer's credit report and talking about his house and all kind of things. And the DL Whisperer crashed out and decided he was gonna pull up on TS Manhands, and then TS Manhands want to play victim. So it is interesting to see all of this come out, child. You can't win when you play dirty. Mm-mm. And it's gonna keep coming out, child. It is gonna keep coming out. Where the comments go? I can't see him. Hold on. It is going to keep coming out. Hold on. You said Dominique should take TS right with. Okay, look. I ain't even finished. Okay, so we was reporting on Dominique because Dominique just pled guilty last week for the fraud charge, the larceny, the stealing money, whatever they was charged with, whatever they say he did that shit. Okay, and so now he's scheduled to be sentenced in April. And so we talked about that in the last video. Now, people are pulling receipts about Dominique now, actually claiming that they was lying on him. Hold on. They were saying that they was lying on Dominique. Hold on. And apparently they wasn't. Where is it? Here it is right here. This is 20 minutes long. But he was saying in this video, let me see if I could get the summary. He was saying in this video right here that has been immortalized on YouTube and that he posted, that he streamed on his live about 6 months ago, that his court case was fraudulent. He said that they ain't have no proof. That's what he said. Okay. He said they ain't have no proof and that he was waiting on them. Hold on. You said the washer and dryer in there. Shout out to John Edwards. Thank you, friend. The washer and dryer might be over there, child. They is some scamming suckers, ain't they? Oh, they scamming. Hold on. He said wait a minute. What did he say? Where it go? Where the summary go, child? I gotta go back to the summary, child. Go back. He said, let's go to the see what he said about the court case. That's at 242. Let's see.
I didn't do anything. They exist because for 2.5 years, the two black trans girls, there were no receipts that were submitted that were false because they were signed off by 3 individuals before it went to our fiscal sponsor. We never had any financial transaction device. We didn't have a debit card. We didn't have a bank account. The Okra Project was fiscally sponsored. The Okra Project was fiscally sponsored. No, I did not take any money. I was making almost $400,000 a year just for my jobs.
You making $400,000 and there's some homeless transgenders out there. How are you in support? How can y'all support these men in wigs and they stealing from y'all? How can y'all be mad for black women for calling them out and call us transphobic and say that we hate the gays, but y'all hate yourselves? Y'all own people is stealing from y'all. How can this happen and y'all don't call out y'all people?
What is it say? I know I don't owe people an explanation. I won't be lied on. And I also am very clear that niggas don't want honesty. Niggas like mess because I've never had this many people in my life. I'm going to discuss it because I have discussed it, y'all. I need y'all to know that this is not the first time. The case they keep delaying the case. We went to court on December 18th. And I walked into court and they offered me 3 months probation. I thought I stole $100,000.
And now he has pled guilty in February 11th of 2026. So in December he wouldn't take no plea deal, and in February he accepted. He pled guilty, and now in April he gonna get charged. So I guess he over there packing up his apartment.
I was like, no, I'm not taking no fucking probation. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. Where's the evidence? Where's the forensic audit? I still haven't seen discovery.
The gag is they claiming he took 100. He probably took more than that.
I still haven't seen discovery. This has been 3 years. This has been 3 years. So then there was court on February 5th. They told me I didn't need to go there. They had court on March 5th. Then they pushed court to June 11th. 2 days before court, my attorney, who I've paid for, because Lena was like, oh, we're fundraising to pay for it. Bitch, are girls slow? I received almost a $399,000 1099 form. So you're gonna have to walk it out. You're gonna have to walk it out. And for me, that means that, yeah, you can go in there and see the court date. Bitch, I don't know in what world you think a bitch like me, they gonna let me get away with some shit like that.
They didn't.
So, here's the thing. You get paid like that, but people need to realize, so they put every fucking thing that we had, like.
So basically, he's saying that the Okra project actually weren't good with their finances. They said they had $4 million. They were getting in donations and contracts and grants and everything. So I guess he figured that little $100,000, they weren't gonna miss it.
Like reimbursements for tickets, they put that all under earned income for me. But also, I need hoes not to play with my motherfucking resume. And furthermore, what I want to also say is, what I did first was I gave all of them a raise. Gabrielle, I gave her Gabrielle's. I have a belief that as an executive director, the salaries of every staff member should be no more than 20%.
I don't care about the state. Y'all can go watch the full video, but watch this right here. This right here told me that he was taking money. Hold on. Let me see this right here.
I walked my whole staff in a Louis Vuitton and bought all of them bags. I spent $36,000 at Louis Vuitton in the middle of this shit. Where's my Louis at?
But you got homeless transgender people who are dying of AIDS, transgender people who need medication who can't afford it, transgender people who need housing, and you up here bragging about going into Louis Vuitton and spending money on the staff.
Y'all keep saying y'all can't see stuff, but this is shit that's been bothering me, y'all. And I'm not going. And I'm at this point we just twerking. But hold on, what is?
And he was telling on himself.
Is it my certificates, my appointments, my orders? I need to look at this. In store. Can y'all see this? This is what day is?
Yeah, we see you spent $25,000 at Louis Vuitton, and we see boxes and all kind of shit in your background. You was not a $25,000 bag type of bitch.
Is this January in store? Does this let me open it up? This was on.
If you can spend that type of money in Louis Vuitton, you need to be living in a mansion. Look at all them boxes in the back. He obviously been packing to leave. Look at all these boxes in the back and all these clothes and stuff. I be looking at people's background.
This order here. So y'all seen this? Y'all seen?
Look at it. He spent $3,600 right there. He spent $17,000 down there. He's spending money in the Louis Vuitton store, and he's bragging, and he's working for a nonprofit. This is out of his mouth. This is out of his mouth.
Seen this bag? I carry this bag. This was like the end of June. I spent $18,000 that day in Louis Vuitton and took these bitches in there because they was walking around with Michael Kors bags. And there's no shade to a Michael.
And no, you're not shading people about their bag. And you got unhoused trans people who don't have a place to stay and still don't. And you taking a
Kors bag. My point was, if I'm going to be a black, stopped. And then on October 29th, this shit happened to me. I walked in there that morning and they told me, they were like, we want to meet with you. I was like, oh, finally, we can have this conversation. I walked in and they had put this shit in front of a fucking grand jury. I had never been.
Okay, as they should. As they should. You over there spending $17,000 in Louis Vuitton and you are working for a nonprofit. As they should call you to the carpet. What the hell? They can only count the 100,000. They can only account for that. They probably know you took $1 million. Okay, that's what I'm saying. This is a mess.
Interviewed ever. Borealis knew about this because these bitches have been stalking me for years and fucking with me. I need y'all, like, y'all can look the shit up. That's what and so I came here to say to the
Okay, let me go to the starter house.
The Starter House is a housing program for Black trans women it's based here in Atlanta, but it will be serving girls all across the country.
And nobody lives there. Okay, the first person just moved in that y'all flew in for Orlando.
And so.
And y'all said he ain't got nothing to do with T.S. Manhands. They in this shit together.
The same bitches I housed wanted me to be unhoused. I didn't have no team behind me. I walked across that stage behind my name. I don't work for an organization. Oh, that's the other thing. So somebody was in the comments talking about that's why they ask for donations. Bitch, I ain't never got on here and asked for no fucking donation. You a lie.
We just saw the video of T.S. Manhands asking for donations and you was sitting right next to him. What do you mean you ain't never asked for no donations? That's a lie.
You a goddamn lie.
We ain't lying.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh.
That's a fucking lie.
Aren't you the co-founder of the T.S. Manhands Starter House? Didn't we just watch a whole video where T.S. Manhands said, we need your funds. All of my friends, all of my celebrity friends, we need all of your money. Even though there's nobody living here, we need it.
That's a lie.
Click the link to call in.
And again, it's not, I'm not coming here to what's the word I want to say? What I learned in the last 10 months is, and this is kind of some of the shit I was talking about with Laverne, when people were like, well, Dominique, like, because I know what it's like when everybody is dogpiling on you and they don't know what the fuck is going on. And
Anyway, y'all can go watch the video. And it's interesting to me that he decided to transition right after he got fired from the place. Okay, but within the past 2 years, he decided to transition. So he spent all of 45 years as a man. Hold on, where's Sandra post at? He spent all of 45 years as a man. And now he is where is he at? He spent 45 years as a man. Okay. And now he moved to Atlanta to start a new life. He came to Atlanta to start a new life, okay, after he was running around like this for 45 years, okay? So, I mean, it's just given that he feels like his life will be easier in jail with a wig on. That's what it gives me because he know he stole that money, okay? Anyway, moving on, like this video. Let me see who in the back. Who is in the back? Hello? Hello? You muted, Mike.
Hey.
Hey.
What's going on, Michelle? ATLien, baby. Hey, Michelle, I've been watching these two clowns for the past couple of days or weeks since they've been on here, right?
Uh-huh.
And shout out to the Tasha K girl, lady.
Shout out to
but I just got a few things to say, because I did something on this stuff too, because my best friend was but you know what, Michelle, my thing is this: if they transgender, how can they be transgender? Because when I was coming up, they were called drag queens, sissies, the gaff word, just turn it around, and punks.
Isn't there a difference like between someone who wants to like live their lives 24/7 as a woman and someone who dresses up as in drag for like shows or whatever? Isn't there a difference?
Well, when I was coming up, I left home at 15 and my best friend, Marquita. He was he never came to me like that. So people need to stop having misconceptions of homosexuals, people that live the alternative lifestyle, because being that he was, they might try 3, 4, 5, 6 different times, right? But if you stay firm, like he didn't, because he was more like an uncle or so to me, you know what I'm saying? And so he didn't come at me, but his friends would try, and then she would let them know, now if he beat your blase woo skippy, that's gonna be on you. So then they just stopped trying. But so people need to get that, huh?
Differently though. They be mad at they
Well,
be trying to browbeat us into submission.
but no, hey, look, Mr. Webber, yeah. But look, so
Yeah.
when I was coming up, I'm 54 years old. I'll be 55 October. And it was one of Marquita. Her name was his. I see they be getting me confused, but he didn't. He wanted to be called she, but I knew he wasn't a she. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna give him her props, because I respect her. She's passed away now. But she had it was one named Miss Diane. We called her Miss Diane. Now she went years ago, I think, to where they went overseas, somewhere, to Mexico. I think they went back in the late 70s, early 80s, and got the real thing. But back then, they could, I'm gonna try to say how I could say this the best I can without being,
Just say it. Don't be explicit.
but
Just say what you say.
but back then I was hustling, right? And
Uh-huh.
they taught me a lot. Do you understand me? Taught me a lot, Michelle, and that's on real. That's why I say if I seen somebody, like a person claiming to be straight and go attack them, I would be in that, because I was raised around that environment at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I have no disrespect for people that live that lifestyle. Now I don't know the alphabet. All I know is they homosexuals. I'll say that, okay? Because I don't want to offend nobody, because I left the GBTL. You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
the older gays because they respect everybody. I get it. But it's like these younger gays be wanting to browbeat everybody into submission and act like, I don't know. I just feel like if everybody respects everybody, we can all live a happier world. Like y'all respect us, we respect y'all, and that's the end of it. But to me, especially on this internet thing, like even with the TS man hands and the blah 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 blah, he don't respect women. That's why I don't respect him. But
Yeah,
anybody that gives me respect, I'm gonna call you she and her. I don't mind. I
yeah,
don't really care one way or the other. It don't phase me. But and I get it. A lot of people like, I'll never call them men, men. It is what it is. But T.S. Madison says the most derogatory things about women. He was just making fun of Tasha K's being touched as a child, as if she
yeah,
had as if she had control of that. I don't that kind of thing. That's a dude, because a woman would have
yeah,
more empathy than that. There ain't
yeah,
no way you a woman, not even pretending to be a woman, that would make fun of a little girl getting her innocence
yeah,
taken away. That's crazy. That's
yeah,
insane.
yeah, yeah. But back to our transgender deal here. Like I
Mhm.
said, the one named Miss Diana, I just saw her. Her name was well, I ain't gonna say her name, but it was a boy's name, but they changed it to a Nial, Melvina still. Um,
Mhm.
it was Melvin at first, but I could say she, because I just saw her at this gas station gambling about 2 or 3 months ago. And
Mhm.
she's the only one that's real still standing from that generation that I grew up under. You know what I'm saying? And when I first seen this one has a real JJ, a real one.
Mm.
Um, she used to come over there and stay with us, me, Marquita, and Shannon. Shannon and Marquita, they still had their things, right? But
Mhm.
Diane, Miss Melvina, had the real thing. Like I said, she, used to work the streets and stuff, similar to the story that the the TS persons, went through on the streets and stuff. The other ones I was around was hustlers on the street. You know what I'm saying? And I make a lot of money, but it's not
Mhm.
about me tonight. But look,
Okay.
so uh when she went over to Diane, Miss Melvina, well, she go by Diane now. But Miss Diane had went over to Mexico and got the thing, tucked or however they do it. I don't know. I couldn't believe it, because I was only 15 years old. Because I'm like, you
Okay, where
still
we
sound
going?
like
Where we going, Mike? Where we going? Land the plane.
um they still I mean, they spend all that money and still got to get done, and they where the stuff comes out the back.
So you think T.S. Man Hands was taking this money to get surgeries? Where the money go?
Okay, let's get back on that. Now,
Please.
from what I was listening to, this Dominique person, but like you played this clip tonight on the TS person.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's nothing but fraud written all over it. At first you say that you didn't have no what you call it, no type of dealings or relationships with this Dominique individual, but the facts are to remain the same. So do we trust and believe anything that you say in the future because of the simple fact you came onto your platform or whatever platform that you came onto, I don't know, person. If I wanted to donate to your organization and then all these different receipts are coming up and they're not allegations, they're facts. You know why they're facts is because they're coming out of your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming out of Michelle's mouth. All she's doing is reporting the news. You know what I'm saying? So all Tasha K is doing is reporting the news. All anybody else is that's on to you that know now that you are looking to be fraudulent. Can you answer this to me, TS? Why would I support you and give you anything? And being a person that grew up around people that lives the alternative lifestyle like yourself, and I take that to heart because that's a dagger in my face because I love the community, you know what I'm saying? Not that I participate, you know what I'm saying? But I support them in any way that I can, but all I have to say is this: you wrong, you raunchy, you funky, and it don't smell good. You know what I'm saying? Because if you coming on her and then that, like somebody said, the two nonprofits came, like the Dominique individual supported your starter house, and your starter house is allegedly a nonprofit. It's not allegedly because that's what you said. So if they're if the Dominique is whom is a nonprofit is going to support your nonprofit, I didn't think it worked like that. So can you answer that for me, Michelle, please? Because I don't know. Just answer that for me. How does that work? Can that happen?
I don't know how it works. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Oh
Well, thank you
Lord.
so much, Michael. I appreciate you calling in, friend.
You welcome, sugars.
All right. Have a good one. Hold on. We got Keontae. Keontae, what's up, friend?
Hey, Michelle, girl, I'm gonna speak for the chat real quick. Mike, that was too much. You was losing the plot, babe. You was losing it, babe. I was like, oh my God, Michelle, come on, girl. Put me up here.
I want everybody to have a moment. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
saying?
but
I'm not.
that was a long moment. Just like
Yeah,
this
he had to
moment
go
has
around
finally
the way.
come
That's
where
okay.
TS is.
I'm that way too. That's why I understood.
But yes, Michelle,
Look, when you
I
get
have a
to a
few
certain
things I want
age,
to say real
you
quick.
don't know how to stay on track. You be over there, and I get it. So
Okay,
yeah.
well, I'm gonna stay on track. I got just a few things I want to say. First, I wanted to say I've been watching you for a long time. Love the content.
Thank you.
I feel like my opinion on this whole Dominique and Timothy thing is, what happens in the dark always comes to light. He's been doing fraudulent stuff for a long time, and he's been trying to cover it up by making friends that are celebrities or people with names or get on shows or have the LGBTIAQ plus community be on his side. I'm part of the community. I'm bi, just saying. So I don't have no biasness towards anyone, but I see through a lot of the scandal that these trannies be doing to make themselves look better in a lot of these situations against women and against others. Just like this DL Whisper situation, a lot of the media, they have been on these people's side, posting up like on their side, not posting all the facts. And I've literally only seen you and the other lady. I ain't gonna say the name,
Okay.
but
You can say
the
it.
other
It's fine.
lady, talking
We
about it.
cool now.
And
You can say her name.
okay, Tasha K. So you and her, like, y'all been the only outlets for real that has been posting about it. And if you
Yeah,
peep,
because I don't like. That's why I said he who controls the media controls the narrative. That's
now
why I
listen to
started with
this.
the Jesse
Now listen
Jackson
to
back in
this.
the day. He was in front of the cameras because T.S. Manhands is not to compare him with Jesse Jackson, but at the end of the day, he's getting his friends and all of these people, the Gay magazine, the Out magazine, the Wow, the this to report things from his perspective, even the Shade Room.
And
He did
listen,
it to
I was just gonna
me.
say that. Listen.
Yeah.
You remember 2 years ago like recently, TS was going on rants about the shade room. Oh, they never post me. They only post me when it's negative. Ever since, mind you, not when Flame just went on there like a few days ago. Ever since Flame went on there that one time, TS has tried to make it his business to get on there, to get cool and connected with them. And now look at them. Now they in bed together. Now they're posting content about him in a negative way towards Naquan Palmer, which is the DL whisperer, to put TS in a light of he's such a good person. But really, you've been doing this scandal for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy to me. And Michelle, I ain't gonna lie, girl, I be watching your content every day. And I'm so happy I caught your live to just watch it live. I caught it a little late. I just got here like 30 minutes ago.
Child, we went through, I didn't even think this live was gonna be this long, but I had to go through the rabbit hole.
Girl, that's Mike, girl. But yeah, girl, I'm gonna keep watching in the chat. I'm gonna let somebody else join. I love you down. Love you so much. Love your content.
Love you too, friend. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Have a nice night, babe.
You too. Bye-bye. Hold on. Shout out to Keontae. Hold on. We got Katie in the building. Oh, Lord. You know Katie about to read.
What's up?
Hey, Katie. How you doing?
Hey, girl. You know I love you. Listen. Why they always trying to erase us? They ain't got to erase us to be them.
True. That's true.
And I'm so glad you and Tasha K is cool now. Because this trying to split up my time between y'all two queens was driving me nuts.
Well, I mean, it don't matter if you catch me live. If I'm live when she live, it don't matter. We cool. You can watch everybody. I don't even try to take y'all away from Junkie. If y'all want to watch Junkie, watch.
No. Don't do me, Michelle. Don't do me. Don't send me to the Junkie now.
For everybody. I get it. And if y'all ain't watching them, how I'm gonna get the tea?
I only go over there when I'm clowning them, when he's saying something about you. If I hear somebody will send me something and saying he on you, and then I go over there and get in there and windmill for you. But other than that, I don't want to be bothered with him. He don't like black women.
Call me Foodie. I always have people in my DM. Call me Foodie. Text me, or not text me, was in my Instagram DMs earlier today around 8 something, said, now why, wait a minute, where you go? Now, why is Junkie live and can't stop sniffing? See what I'm saying? Like, how would I know the tea if not for y'all?
I'm telling you. And it's a couple, it's another person that's a blogger that was shouting you out too. He was like, now, I don't know her, but she be telling the truth. That Michelle ATLien girl. Like that Michelle. So I'm like, and I'm in this chat. You right. She don't mind you getting her information long as you shout her out now.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm always gonna give credit. But Michelle,
I try to give credit wherever I get it from. So I'm like, it's only fair. Give me my credit.
You always do. But this Kandi situation, Kandi really trying to step on Nene, I think. Nene getting credit. So now she out here in the public. This ain't really about her situation. Nene getting too much of a shine here.
Oh no.
Her information is kind of dead.
About Nene these past couple of weeks. But my thing is, like, the press that she did, it was for nothing. What is it for?
But don't they supposed to be coming out with Nene's and them trader thing?
No, not traders. It's girls trip. But that ain't until like November sometime. We don't even know when it's coming out, child.
Keep me up on it, because I don't want to miss that. I want to make sure all my TV's on it.
Because the Atlanta Housewives is gonna come first, and then the girls trip is gonna be after that. Oh, we don't even know when Atlanta coming. You know, I think somebody said it's gonna be April, so we'll see.
And Michelle, before I forget this, I want to talk about this daddy of Fantasias. What's wrong with all of these family members? Always got something to say about the person that's making the money. Where was he at when that girl was? Where was he at when that girl was broke, and her old man was beating her up when she? You know what I'm saying? Where was he at then? He wasn't out here in the public then.
I said that the
So
other night. I said Fantasia clearly has daddy issues because she's always chosen questionable men. You know what I'm saying? So, maybe he wasn't around with her mom. I don't know where the man was. The man said Fantasia lied on him too in the book.
but that
But
that
he
mug shot
but he
ain't
also
lied.
said he didn't sue Fantasia. He sued the publishing company. And then when he won from the publishing company tried to sue Fantasia, so he withdrew his lawsuit. That's what he said.
That mug shot ain't lied, Michelle. That the DV mug shot. So if
But her
you,
husband got several mugshots too.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, and you said it better than me. So if you could jump in while I'm saying this, when you see your family going through that, you kind of pick the same people. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not
the father
100%, but you normally she picking what she saw her mama go through.
Mm-hmm.
You getting what I'm saying? Allegedly.
I get what you putting down. I get it. Yeah.
So
and he's
I'm
calling it out because and that's why I said two things can be true at the same time. He wrong as hell for going public with it, but at the same time, he probably telling the truth because he see himself in Kendall and he know Kendall has the propensity to do the stuff that he say he doing.
I kind of believe that, but I also believe it ain't even about that part of it. I believe it's about him not being able to control her money. Look at Glorilla's sister brother, Brista.
I thought, did they make up or something? I don't follow that. I know everybody's entertained or whatever, but did Glorilla and Glorilla make up?
No, she said she done made $250,000 in the last couple of weeks. The Glorilla girl.
There you have it.
So I'm saying anytime these entitled people can't get none of the money part or the fame part or be out in the spotlight, they go to doing that type of stuff. It's people in my family I don't deal with, Michelle. When you cut people out of your life that don't bring you peace and ain't trying to do nothing, even if you're trying to help them out, this is what I'm getting from that father. He ain't in control of Fantasia at this point. Now, I don't know what this man is doing with her or not doing with her, but I'm calling out his part in this. Like, he not in control of nothing.
But he done already planted the seed, friend, because now that he done said something, now everybody looking at Fantasia and her husband sideways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't unring the bell. Now that he done said it, now
I ain't trying to unring the bell. We gonna look at him sideways, but we not gonna let this person off the hook either. Because why is you coming out now when she done blocked you a long time ago?
Yeah. And he over there on the baddest blogger page doing interviews and stuff. Child, he done responded to the response already. Whew.
They addicted to the clout, Michelle. Look, I ain't got no page, but when the first time I came up here, I was loud, didn't know how to talk, happy to be on here. I'm happy to be on here now. But when you getting people giving you praise and all of that, if you getting what I'm saying, these people is out here looking for clout.
Okay.
And we here to catch it. But I'm just
all the people following them and stuff. What they can't stop because he was over there going live on Facebook. Now everybody like paying attention to every time he clicked the button. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting.
And everybody ain't you, Michelle. Everybody ain't Tasha K. Everybody can't get up here and hold up a 2-hour platform with a bunch of people staying there. If you getting what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can get up here and talk for 2 minutes and be cool. But what I'm gonna do for the other 58 minutes?
I don't even see you. I'm looking at the clock like, damn, I've been talking this long.
No, I'm just what I'm saying.
I be going down the rabbit hole with y'all though. I was like really intrigued with the story.
But it only felt like 30 minutes. Like you make it so interesting. Everybody, you get what I'm saying, Cher. I'm not trying to blow no smoke. I'm saying you great at what you do. Everybody can't just because you got a bunch of people following you for today, they looking for the crash out. We come over here because you entertaining, you make us laugh, you giving us information, you got receipts, and you just you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
I love you, Michelle. I'm gonna get off here because I'm running my mouth, but I'm just saying.
Oh, I love you too, Katie. I live for you to call, and I appreciate you sharing with me, and talking about Kandi and all that, and spilling the tea. And you think
I got
you think T.S. Manhan's going to jail?
Think who?
I didn't, because I pulled up this thing. I said, you think T.S. Manhan's going to jail?
Yeah, I think Scam Hands gonna do some probation.
You see them on this government funded site? Is NASM government funded? I don't know. Y'all let me know.
I think that is, but everybody trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's sitting right next to Shim. Shim and Shim is sitting there together.
They sitting right there together, child.
They thick as thieves, and just like you and Josh said when y'all was sitting there eating good and drinking y'all wine that day, which you had on the black and white. Y'all said, y'all said it back then, and I was sitting right up there listening and looking. I'm like, tell it, Michelle, tell it.
I was still torn. I was perplexed. Like, how you donate a house and it's still yours, and then you brag about it's still yours. So if it's still yours, it ain't donated. Like, duh.
And he act like other people don't own. He act like other people don't own houses. Like you done laid out a whole lot of stuff that mess people up because you a homeowner. You done rented. You own. Like every time they come up with a different scam, you debunk it. Yeah, you debunk it. Mm-hmm. That's why I love you, Michelle. I come for the tea, the real tea.
I certainly appreciate you, friend. Thank you for calling.
Okay, Michelle, knock me down. You know I still ain't learned the format.
All right, no problem. Thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
Whew, this has been a long one, y'all. We talked about so much. Okay, we talked about Jesse Jackson. We pay homage to Jesse Jackson, the king of media before media was a thing. Is 111 in the ATL Make-A-Wish. Okay, we pay homage to Jesse Jackson, and we also talked about Fantasia and her clapback and her daddy's clapback. We talked about Kandi Burruss's press tour, and we talked about T.S. Manhan's and his scamming co-founder of the T.S. Manhan Starter House, Dominique Morgan, and how they only had one person in that starter house all year after collecting over $250,000 in donations. Where is the money? Why there was only one person in there, and why did the person just get there last month? Let us know. And then look, y'all need to watch this video again. That person is a TikTok influencer, child, with over 50,000 on TikTok, and be on TikTok just talking, child, been on TikTok. So they found this person, I guess, on TikTok and decided to fly them in from Orlando as if there are no homeless, indigent, formerly incarcerated transgender people in Atlanta. Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out. And then they got the Wild Network up here. They got the Wild Network up here recording it all. They're going to put it on TV, I guess. They're going to put it over there on the LGBTQ station while they stealing and scamming y'all money. Okay, so before Dominique pleads guilty, well, she already pled guilty, or he already pled guilty and is going to prison in April. Okay, before that happens, he over here with T.S. Manhan's recording a TV show. So that is very interesting. And he actually even told y'all that he on a TV show. Okay. And then you got T.S. Manhan's over here first saying on the TikTok and on the Instagram that it's his house and he don't need your money, but then up here begging for money. Hold on, look at this.
If you're my trans friend, I need your help. If you're my straight friend, I need your help. If you're my gay friend, I need your help. If you're my rich friend, if you're my superstar friend, we need your help.
They need your help, okay, for this house that don't have nobody in it, okay? So they ain't got my money. Hey, Brian, how you doing, friend?
Hey, what's up? I wanted to come and show my support. I have a very small audience, but I explained to them that you are the only one with quote unquote nuts to talk about this because everybody else is going to sugarcoat it. You know what sector I'm from, correct? You already know what sector I'm from. Everybody over there is scared. They talking about Yusuf. I don't know if you know about Yusuf. That's another story you might can cover. I
What
don't
is
know.
it?
Well, Yusuf got caught up with the underage and the grinder and the
I don't
charges.
know who that is,
But,
child.
baby, Toxic Diamond. I know you know Toxic Diamond.
Okay, I remember that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Toxic Diamond is cool with him, and he's part of our sector.
You went out free. I can't hear you no more. Can y'all hear him? Cause the sound went out. Brian, put a one if you can hear Brian, cause I can't hear him. I'm like, is it my speaker? I don't think it's my speaker. You said, Michelle, you
To
flip
some.
flop one day.
Are
They
you?
got him.
Wait, can you hear me, or is that my
Now I
internet?
can hear you. Now I can hear you. Now I can
Okay.
hear you.
No, I'm sorry. That was my internet, but you need to look that up, and you might can get you some old change talking about.
Now his thing, I'm not gonna talk about none. Look, I can't talk about no underage stuff. I need my money. Y'all can
Oh,
talk about it
okay.
over there. I don't get
Okay,
no
yeah, you're
donation.
right. You're
I
right.
don't
You're
fuck
right.
that.
You're right. But
I need
I
to
just,
keep my monetization, friend. But
yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna call out
right.
these transgenders.
Well, I'm just glad that you're doing something that James is not doing. You know, he's cool with her. He came live and said that this is the scamming and begging sector where we was from, right? But look at your best friend. They are friends. Go to his community wall. You'll see them together, cheek to cheek, and
But
you know,
friend
in
is a loose
there.
term. Friend is a
So
loose term. He's a fan.
who,
I know who.
James?
Isn't that a fan?
No, you know who James I'm talking about, right? Spill it, boy. You know who I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
I thought that was how they friends. They
They
look.
are they are bosom buddies, Michelle. Bosom good girlfriends. And so the point that I'm trying to make is I'm glad that you're talking about this. He didn't talk about my dead mama. He didn't did all type of stuff to me, called me a scammer and this and that. And look at his friend. Look, and we ain't hear nothing from. He talked about my dead mama like a dog. They put up red shoes talking about my mama. You
See,
feel
that's
me?
why I
And
can't deal with that sector. I can't.
yeah,
My hands are
yeah,
clean. I can't. They do too much. It's too much.
yeah,
Like because remember that sector was born during the whole T.S.
yeah.
Man Kaya stuff, and when
Mm-hmm.
that happened, he was putting my number on the internet and driving
Wait,
past my house.
James put your
No,
number.
no, no. T.S. Manhands put my number on
Oh,
the internet and was driving past my house and sending people to my house and all this kind of stuff and having people call
oh,
me on the phone. So, and I
oh,
had to get a restraining order, and that's when me and Kaya went together to get the restraining order, and we got a mutual one on each other. So,
dang.
all of this has been going on forever. So, I don't
Uh,
be trying to beef with these people. I'm
I
literally just
understand.
a blogger who spill tea and pull up documents to support it. And
Yeah, I understand.
when I did that with T.S. Madison back then, I was just getting to YouTube, if y'all remember. Like I was on my blog. And so because I was just getting to YouTube, he went and rounded up everybody, the Tasha K's, the junkies, the this person, the that person, and they were doing all of
Uh,
this content on me, dragging me as if I'm trying to insert myself into the T.S. Madison Kaya stuff when I'm just reporting on it just like everybody else was. My take on it may have been different because I'm a different type of blogger. Y'all know that. I pulled
yeah,
documents, court records,
yeah.
trademarks, all of that stuff. Other people weren't doing that. And because I did that and it lended credibility to what I was doing, he decided to like try to tarnish me by doing all that stuff. And I say all that to say he's doing the exact same thing to the DL Whisperer right now.
Well, if you guilty, a scam is a scam is a scam is a scam. Allegedly, I'm not judging nobody. We all done took a piece of candy when we was or done something
We
from the
pulling up
grandma
a
cookie
receipt,
jar.
honey. That's
You
all we
know,
doing. We pulling up a
we
receipt. And
all.
if they got all that free money, they need to answer for it. That's it.
Yeah, you're right about that though, because we all pay taxes, correct? Big or small, we pay our tax. I got to file my taxes right now. Thank you, Jesus, and hope I get a little return, something back to go to the store. So, if he stole that money like that, and then the thing that gets me is these people brag. That's why I don't envy nobody. What's for me is for me. If I can't get it, I don't care because it wasn't for me, and I ain't never had it before. So I don't envy nobody because you never know how these people get what they're getting.
They brag and boast to their audience and try to make it seem like they so much bigger than life and they living
Mm.
just like anybody else, child. And
Well,
I
she
ain't
should
calling
have.
no names, but you
Well,
know
I'm
what?
gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. She should have took a picture of you because I can remember going back to your. No, not a picture of you. She should have took a page out of your book because I can remember going back to your earlier days where you was taking us to your Airbnb, cleaning it out. Why didn't she just do it that way? If you want to make money, why would you scam allegedly if that's true that you only had one person in that big old house? Because I was watching the video earlier where she went to the thrift store and she was. They, I guess they exchanged her cars or whatever. She was in a loaner car. That video. And she said, I'm going to the other house, the other house. And if you got it like that, good. I would never knock on nobody for being successful and growing, but don't brag and don't be doing shady, shisty stuff that got people looking at you crazy. So this goes back to me saying, I'm glad that you talked about this because I watch you in your bushes. I don't be watching Tasha K. So I would have never known this stuff to happen like this. And I'm glad you're talking about it because some people are scared because they put her as the face of the of the community, and I, even though I'm part of the community, that's not my community. All your rights are not all my rights. I might think differently. I don't think that certain people should be playing in women's sports, and I have different views than the rainbow community, and I don't care what nobody say about it. I'm a individualized, period. So I was just happy that you're talking about this, and I say stay on her neck because she was in the bathroom with the maxi pads and all these are fish and all in the video. I'm cooking my man some fish. He want like trying to inside joke it, like girl. First of all, a real woman is shaped naturally. Not all that enhanced, hard to walk, breathing hard to walk. It's all that silicone multiplying in your. Because when you inject that silicone in your body, it increases every time you eat. It multiplies, and that's why you get all the goddamn side of a mountains on the side of your leg. Okay, a mountain terrain on the side. You can go off roading on that woman's leg. But I ain't trying to bully and harass. I'm just saying don't do inside jokes. Don't sit up there and try to, you know what I'm saying, be like you all this and all that, and you sitting up there scamming and gooping the system. Because we all should be mad about this because we all pay taxes. So that's
Okay.
all I had to say. I'm glad, and shout out to James because he gonna respond to this, and I don't care if he get mad or not. Stay mad. Talk about it. I'm
It's just
calling you out.
interesting to me because I've been putting my clips on TikTok lately because I wasn't, even though I've had TikTok for a while, I'm not really active over there. So I started
Mhm.
putting my clips on TikTok, and people been over there like dragging me because one of them got like 50,000 views in a day, and they was like, "TS ain't got nothing to do with this. Why you da 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 da?" da?" And I'm like, how does he have nothing to do with it when they literally sit next to each other? They are
Well,
partners.
let me ask you a
They
question.
say they are
So
business, huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry for being rude. I'm still confused. So is that house she gave it to that lady or that man? So why is T.S. Madison being implicated if she gave that to that man, or do she
He
still have
didn't
some
give
type
it nowhere. That's what I'm saying. They both say they're co-founders of this TS Manhan Starter House, right?
organization? And
And
the house is the
and the house is
organization.
still in TS Manhan's name. So it was not donated to anyone. And it has sat empty for over a year and a half. And they just got their first participant within the past 30, 60 days. And the first participant happens to be a TikToker. Please watch the replay.
What?
Please.
I'm gonna have to go back, Michelle. I'm gonna have to go
Please
back and
watch
watch.
the replay. I pulled all the
I
receipts, friend.
will.
I
I'm
even
going.
pulled the TikToker who live in the house now, child.
So a TikToker that get paid thousands and thousands of dollars qualify for a charity where transitional housing is supposed to go.
Listen, I don't know what
Girl,
that. Listen, and they flew her in from Orlando, child.
and
Please watch
so
the replay.
oh, trust me, I am. And let me just say this. I just want to get clear before I drop down. I know you got to go, but I'm just saying. So you mean to tell me that so she still have ties to that house, and she been collecting money. That's the problem is that she's been collecting, and then the first guest is a TikToker. So she ain't. So she been
And the first
collecting.
get the house was empty for a year. She collected $250,000 over the course of these 12 months, and
You
the house has
fucking.
been empty. No
I'm
one has
serious.
lived there.
So
And the AJC,
that's
the Atlanta
scamming.
Journal-Constitution, reported last month that TS Manhan's welcomed its first participant. So it's only one person who has ever lived there, and only one person living there now. Okay.
So
Now
she
please.
collected $250,000 of tax money. So
Well,
where's
I don't
Donald
know if it
Trump
was
at?
tax
Now
money
where's
or
everybody at
donation.
now?
Wait. I don't know if it was tax money or donations. Because they said Pure for Men donated. They said that NASM donated. And NASM is a government-funded organization. They say that Dominique Morgan donated. They say all these people donated. I don't know where the money came from. They say people been sending
Child.
donations to the website. I don't know.
Oh, and can I say one more thing? This is juicy, Michelle.
Yeah,
This
it
is
is. Look, why
juicy.
you think I've been talking about this for almost 3 hours and I'm about to go? Go ahead.
Oh, well, I understand that. And I'm sorry. I hate that I always catch the last ends. I could
Oh,
just talk about this. But one more thing. Listen, I'm standing with Dr. Wendy. I don't listen, I'm standing with her because people were saying she was doing some extra performing on the reunion. I'm standing with Wendy.
You talk about Dr. Wendy. I don't even talk about Potomac. How you gonna change the subject? I don't know
Oh,
nothing
I'm
about
sorry.
that
Oh,
lady.
okay. Okay, well, bye, Michelle. Thank you so much. And I'm drinking out my
Love you,
cup, girl. I'm
friend.
drinking out my cup. Bye-bye.
Bye. Not Brian about to change the subject. I don't talk about Potomac. I don't know nothing about that lady. Okay. Everybody in the chat though. Michelle don't even know. Michelle don't watch Dr. Wynn. I don't know nothing about Dr. Wynn. They said she stole some diamonds. She lost some diamonds and filed for insurance. I don't know nothing. That's all. But anyway, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining. I know it's Potomac. I'm in Atlanta, honey. If it ain't Atlanta on it, I don't know, honey. I'm really in these streets in Atlanta. You better ask about me. Google me if you haven't, straight from the A.com. Okay, if you are just getting here, go ahead and click that like button. Shout out to all of the callers tonight. Let me see. I was gonna put some stuff up. Who we talked about? Kandi. Let me put Kandi up real quick.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am your girl, Kandi, and you watching straight from the A.com.
Y'all know I ain't got no money. I'm not
She's
rich
very
like
rich, honey.
I'm not rich
This
like
is
you.
a very rich bitch. She been in business way before I was in business. Okay.
No, we came in business right. I was 2007.
You've been in business.
That's true. I've been in business.
She's a very rich bitch.
Well, she's just a bitch.
Oh my God, I am not.
She's not.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am your girl, Kandi. Hanging out with Straight from the A. I love you guys. I always visit the site. But I want to say I appreciate you coming to my lunch party here in Atlanta. And
This is Tyler Perry, and if you want the truth, a lot of blogs don't tell the truth. StraightFromTheA.com. That's what you check out.
And you love us, don't you?
There you go. There you go.
Ask T.S. Manhands about that starter house, Tyler. Because I tell the truth. Tyler Perry said I don't lie. Okay. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please watch the replay. And I will see you guys on the next video.
Go to sleep. It's late in Atlanta. Good night.